participate and, you know, just listen to the information that we've got to give. We've got Daddy Coolie coming in a bit later on. People's Talk Show today. And remember, London Town is your input, is what you all want to talk about. I've got a few topics, but still, if there's anything of urgency that you'd like to bring forward, then do so. We still got Bubbling Jed here, and we're going to say enough respect, Bubbling D, you know what I mean, for carrying on and going through them early morning hours and ting. Had a long night, you know, and he's still up. So, your boy, soldier. He's going out the door, so I'm going to let him yell you all up.
Okay, London Massive, I'm going to say goodbye, and do remember, catch me back on Monday inside the drive time, cruise jam selection. Okay, bye-bye.
God Squad.
91.6 FM.
Okay, London Town. Good morning. We've got to say a one big shout going out to the whole of the Genesis family. All of the Genesis crew, one love and ting. London Town. Another day, another week's gone by, and we've reached another weekend. Closer and closer we are here to the Black Awareness Day, 26th of May. That's, by my calculations, next week, Monday. And I hope you all are getting prepared and think for that big event. As you know, we've been speaking of it, highlighting it, and letting you know what the day will be about. We have got our guest speakers lined up. And we also have got some sponsorship as well from some of the black organizations and the black businesses out there in the community. So I hope, you know, that you all are going to come along and make the day an absolute success. Anyhow, before we go any further into the Black Awareness Day, I'd like to tell you today what I'm here to reason on, and if there's anything else you want to put it in. A couple of things, well, a few things, in fact. First of all, I was speaking to some people this week about Genesis Radio, and Genesis Radio being what they described as a pro-black station. And I found out a lot of them was a bit worried, mainly because they see Genesis, what it's doing and the way it's going forward, and they love it. But the thing is, they have white partners. They have white partners, and they have children with these white partners. Now, a lot of them seem a bit worried as to our agenda, the agenda of Genesis. You know, a lot of them are telling me, boy, the Rasta community and many others are talking about Go Africa, you know, about how we must all leave. But how are you going to go Africa? How can we go? Or what? You know, we've got white partners, so why should we go to Africa? And what will happen to our partners and our children once we're there? So I want to hear some calls today on mixed relationships, okay, from the men and the women. I want to hear what's happening out there. How are you all coping? Why are you all in mixed relationships? You've got people, again, you've got some scholars, etc., and even people out on the street that say to go with someone of another race, particularly the men, the black men. They say that it means that you're denying your mother, your sisters, and the females of your own race. Give us a call and tell us what you all think about that. I know there's a lot of you that are actually doing it, because there was a report, maybe 3, 4, 5 months ago, which stated that about 40% of black men are with white or Caucasian partners and have children with these partners. So I want to hear some calls on that, on the mixed relationship. Is it any good for us? What's happening to our community? Is it being watered down? Some people are of the opinion that if you're not making children with your own, then you're like an enemy to the nation, because you're actually watering down the seed of the nation. You know, you're actually making it harder then, or making it harder for the black, you know, to actually flourish, to actually carry on multiplying and inhabiting the earth. So that's one of the topics that I want to speak with you all about today. So remember the live link number. I've got the phone up and running now, 0958504906, if you want to give me some little information on that. We also would like to speak about, I don't know if any of you heard this week, all right? America America, now this is our black economics. America are passing a law which will state that none of the Western Hemisphere, none of the Western countries will be taking any more food exports, green bananas, etc., from the West Indies. They don't want any more. So this apparently will cripple the West Indies in terms of trade. You know, after tourism, the second biggest trade in most of the West Indies is the exporting of their products. Right? The exporting of the cocoa, the sugar, as I said, the green banana, even the coconuts, the fruits, the mangoes, and all these things. The government, the American government, is making plans. They are meeting next week, actually, with all of the leaders of the Western Hemisphere to pass a bill that will stop them having to import any products from the West Indies. They're closing up shop, London town. The European community is getting their act together and they're tightening it up. And now they're talking about just spending their money amongst themselves. What is the result? What will be the result for us as a community? Even today, you know, if you look out on the street, any black market, any black area, you will see our food being sold, but not by us. You know, and now, look, West Indian people have been here, you know, we got one of the longest histories here out of all of the non-white people. But yet, it's very rare to find any of us with a shop selling our own West Indian food, selling our own black products, selling our own hair care products, selling our own clothes, selling our own books, etc., etc. The food, you will find mostly Indians selling the food. Right? Importing our food, selling it. A lot of them don't know what it is. Now, the other angle on the food tip is most of the mangoes today that's out being sold in the markets and in the street, they're coming from places like India, Sri Lanka, etc., the Asiatic. All right? So already we're feeling the effect. Back home, they're feeling the effect of the exports of their products being restricted. So that's another topic that I'd love to hear what you all got to say, and the whole of London town would like to hear what you all got to say on that. And lastly, rioting up in Leeds, London town. Rioting up in Leeds. Now, if I've got the story right, Thursday night someone was arrested, and it was supposedly for a drugs offence. They was manhandled and treated very badly, very poorly. As a result, Thursday night, in fact, the war started out on the streets of Leeds. I think they must have quenched it or whatever they done, but by Saturday, it was on again. Cars were burning and people was fighting, and they was fighting with the police. London town, 1997, doesn't it remind you of something? I mean, this is how the last spillage of riots happened. You know, I think it started in Toxteth, was it? And it spread like wildfire. Do you think the police are concerned? Do you think the government is concerned? Do you think that they are worried about the same thing happening again? How do we feel about it? Is riots going to get us anywhere? I mean, last time, well, the last two times that in the southeast, these things happen, all they've done is pour a whole heap of money into the community for a couple of years. They gave us a couple of buildings. Well, to selected individuals, they gave a couple of buildings and some money. And they said that, yes, underprivileged, deprived, inner city areas, pour the money in, get a regeneration program going, and we'll deal with it. Well, the regeneration program that they got going, you know, and when they said, oh, we've put 10 million in Brixton, we've put 10 million in Deptford, we've put X amount of million in Lewisham, etc. At the end of the day, it still never came to us. It's still, you got all of these businessmen, all of these big conglomerates that made bids, put in bids, bought up all of the properties in our areas, and, you know, open a club, open a restaurant, open a pub. But the clientele that they are trying to attract, or the clientele that they have coming into their premises, do not reflect the local community. They do not reflect the local community. And this is what has happened in a lot of the black areas. They put the money there, they said it's available, but you've had outsiders coming in, scooping up the money because they got the backative already. They've got the equipment to put together their proposals, and they've got some big names backing them. So the chances are when they apply for funding, they get it automatically. Let's understand something. This dollars, this money that's going into these communities, it wouldn't go there, or it would not have gone there, if, and whether you accept that rioting is right or wrong, but if this never happened, we wouldn't have got this money. They wouldn't have taken no notice of us, and things would have steadily gone downhill. Now, as it is, things are still going downhill, but at a much slower pace, at a much slower rate. 0958-504-906. Commissioners in the house, give us a bell if you'd like to join in the reasoning. And remember, this is the People's Talk Show, London Town. It's not mine. It's not nobody else's. This is your talk show. If there is anything that you would like to reason on, then, as I said to you, 0958-504-906. Now, we've got a live link number. We're going to take it. Good morning. You're in tune to Genesis Radio 91.6 FM. What's your name, please?
Morning, brother.
Good morning, Bridget.
How are you?
How are you?
Well,
Good. One love. What would you like to say, Bridge?
I like to, I don't know if you, I only heard it one time in the radio, but this America, I want to speak with America.
Yes.
With the
food.
No, not the food. I ain't going with the food. This is more serious than the food.
Okay.
They were injecting black people.
Yes.
Experimenting on black people with syphilis.
Yes.
Did you heard about that? I was looking in the paper, but I haven't seen anything but it. I only heard it but one time or a couple of times.
Yes.
In the radio. And the president going to apologize to the black community.
Okay.
How they were experimenting on the black race with syphilis wiped we out.
Yes.
Have you heard anything with that?
Yeah, Bridget, I'll tell you.
If anybody in London town could phone in and see. Because I didn't read the paper. I'm looking to see if the New Nation can have it tomorrow or what. Because I was speaking to the publisher, but I forgot to ask him about something. I forgot to ask him about that topic.
About that, yeah. I have heard something about that, Bridget.
I mean, this is more serious than the food.
For real. Well, it's serious in another way. But yes, I have heard something about that. And in fact, I heard it maybe 3 years ago, Bridget. There was I can't remember which state it is in America, but it has...
I think it's Alabama.
Yes,
Alabama, one of them
that's got the highest rate of child pregnancy, single parents, etc.
Yeah.
And what they done is that they developed a medical program, injected all of the black men, and when it turned out, they was giving them syphilis to see what the effects was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have heard about that. So, boy, if there's anyone out there that can enlighten us a bit more, I hope that they will phone in. But at the end of the day, Bridget, these people have been doing these things a long time. If it's not syphilis, it's something else. Even us here in England, when we was children, you got this thing called inoculation. And then the next thing you know, a whole heap of people was diagnosed as having sickle cell anemia.
Yeah.
And when I was growing up, one of the other things, I never saw a lot of what we call Down syndrome children, black children. But within a space of 15 years...
You're seeing a lot now.
Yeah. It's multiplied, greatly. So, Bridget, I'm one of them men that always... In fact, I don't even go to doctors to get injection for nothing.
I don't go to doctor. My cousin is a doctor, so I don't have to go to doctor.
Yeah, and for the people that use doctors, I don't want to scare them or scaremonger them.
No, you got to go to doctor because, you got to go to somebody to think. But I know that experiment, even so many mad youngsters on the road now.
That's right.
We know they're experimenting on them because I have a few down in the West where I usually see, you see. Mm-hmm. They're ordinary blokes a bit,
And then the next minute.
Fully mad.
That's right. Well, again, you see the drugs companies. One of the biggest industries, multi-billion industry in the world today is the drugs manufacturing industry.
Yeah.
And they have to test out these drugs. you know, before they can say legally, yeah, the drug's safe and whatever. And it seems that they test out most of these drugs on the black community.
Black community, yeah, that's it. They're testing out, we are guinea pigs. Yeah,
brethren. And, you know, what they believe is that we have the highest resistance level, the highest immunity level. Our body can fight internally harder than most people. This is why they test out most of them on us first.
Yeah, because they have but let's put it simple. They have a way the doctors used to say they couldn't find out, they don't know about black people complaints.
Yeah.
My aunt told me that.
For real?
You know?
That's the truth.
Yeah, well, let me go about this food now. They're not importing anything from the West Indies. What's going to happen to the minerals, the sugar, the bauxite, and blah, blah, blah? What's going to happen to that still?
Well, right now, the Americans are saying that they don't really want anything.
No bauxite, no nothing.
Nothing at all.
No sugar, no nothing.
No nothing.
All right, I hope some intellectual person of the West Indies, the commissioner, the Guyana commissioner, somebody who listening, if they're listening.
Yeah.
Because you know these Iraqis, they don't listen to we, you know.
For real?
They only wine and dine with the Caucasian, you know. They don't bother with the blacks.
Yeah, they don't really want to come down. Well, in their opinion, they don't want to come down to our level.
No. We only wine and dine with the, you know.
Even though it's us, you know, that it's supposed to be serving. And Bridget, you know why I think what has happened in the West Indies as well, what makes it easier for the West to do this, is that a lot of the West Indies is still governed by the Queen of this country. You know?
Yeah, like most of the little islands, isn't it?
That's right, you know, so maybe that's a problem that we have to address as well. Why are these people still acknowledging this Queen of England, and why is it that the education system still sends all of their test papers up to England to get marked?
Well, you know, and as we go so far, you remember the time when they turned back all they shipped the plane from Jamaica, right?
Jamaica.
With all these people,
That's right.
You know, I say to a few people, all right, when the tourists go there, send them back.
Yeah.
A man said to me, well, you know, we depend on tourists and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
You know, you see how they're coming now?
Yes, right.
They're coming full boat now. They don't want any food from the West Indies, and Jamaica is the most thing they export more than anyone in the West Indian countries. Right? See?
So they're just crippling us completely. You know?
See, I mean, they always try and inflict pains slowly on me, right?
Yes.
And I can't understand why the West Indies government cannot stand up like a man.
And deal with them.
You
know, well, this is one of the reasons why I would tell a man, for those that, you know a bit about the West Indian history.
Yeah, I love it, they come on.
Yes. Yeah, if anyone that has got the knowledge to phone up and let us know. But that's why, brethren, I would say, you see, there was a man named Bishop that ran Grenada.
Yeah.
And that man stood up to the Americans, the English, and whoever else and said, look, we're going to deal with our own affairs. So that in the end, you know the story, they took him out in the end.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so
I think Brother Farrakhan have a tape on that same thing, even Grenada too, in Trinidad, you remember too?
Yep, same thing.
When they send down their own people there for several, you know, to look and CIA, blah, blah, and this and that.
That's right. So, brethren, tell me, boy, well, you know, Brother Ron, anyway. You know.
All right.
Well, thanks for the call and keep it locked, right, bro?
Yeah, I hope somebody with more information about that American...
the injection scandal.
Yeah, if they know more anything more. But I waiting for reading. I didn't say anything in the Caribbean Times, not in the Nation. But I look out strongly in it again. Oh, as we go so far, right?
Yes.
Let's talk about Devon Malcolm, please.
Devon Malcolm, the cricketer.
Yeah, you see, they're trying to talk, he should come back now in England because they know the Australians have given him a good hiding.
Yes.
You see, because they treat him like nobody, but I hope that Brother Malcolm, right, refuse the entry back. Because the way they treat him, right, I could talk, Brother Malcolm have a black wife, a strong black woman wife.
Yes.
You have nothing to fear, right? And I hope you don't play for them again.
For real, because they treated him well out of order.
Yeah. But I think you should have laid down Illingworth. You should have backed it.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot to come out, and you see how quick they keep down what's name book who have say something but Brother Malcolm. Because a lot of them know what Illingworth do was wrong. But, you know, there you go again. Brother Malcolm, you don't have to fight because you have a Caucasian wife.
Yes.
Right? You have a black wife, you got to look in her face when you get home. So you have to worry. You see?
For real.
Because got him trying to bill him back and say, oh, he had 6 or something, and we ain't gonna talk about age because he's 34 now, and they want to say we can't say he's old. You understand?
That's right.
But they want to get him back to play the Australian. You see? So I hope he refuses and you don't come forward.
Well, it's the same old story again, isn't it, Bridget?
Yeah.
You know
They kill out all the black players. If anything goes wrong with the team, it's only the black players. They're doing it to the black footballers, them too.
That's right.
You see?
But as soon as they find themselves up against adversity, who are they running for?
Yeah.
The same players that, you know what I mean, and the same cricket man that yesterday they was lambasting and saying these man, because they're black, their allegiance isn't with England and they don't play as well when they're playing for England. The same thing they done with John Barnes.
Yep. But I don't believe Brother Barnes, you know, because you want to come back to his black people, because I met him many times and his wife is a Caucasian, so I really don't deal with them people too much. I talk a bit, hi brother, and blah, 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 but I don't get too deep.
Okay, but Bridget, tell me something. Now, this is for the whole of London town. The black and the white business, why not deal with them? You know, why? Because the man then would say that it's their freedom of choice, and if they're in love with the woman, it doesn't make no difference what color she is.
Well, I don't want to go into that on the radio, because I believe keep to my own. I don't believe in mixing genes.
Okay.
I believe keep to my own, but I don't want, you know, when we see one, I'll wrap that. I keep to my own, that's all. And I given up some flyers, and after next week, I've got a lot of things to say.
Okay.
To see about the event for next Monday, because I have I giving out some flyers and blah, and I'm gonna give you my reaction of giving out them.
Okay, Bridget.
All right.
So
I hope somebody who know about this injection and this syphilis that American government and the president is going to apologize.
Yes.
He's going to apologize.
Even in fact, you know what, Bridget?
It's a joke, you know.
That's what I was just gonna say.
He's going to apologize to the black community after he killed out so much. I heard them on the radio the other day. Some of the children and the grandchildren who thought he's going to apologize.
And it's a bit late now, huh?
Oh, could you what? Listen, man. I'm getting dark now, so I come on often.
Okay, one love, Bridget.
Peace. Right.
You're London Town, we've got our first call of the morning. If anyone would like to give us a phone check, tell me how Brother Ron sounded on the phone there. That's the first call of the morning. Big enough up respect to Brother Ron, a long time soldier, warrior, you know, that's been supporting the Genesis cause ever since when? 0958 504 906. You can catch us in the house. Good morning, you're in tune to Genesis 91.6. What's your name and from where are you calling, please?
Good morning, Genesis. This is James from East London.
Good morning, Brother James.
Good morning, sir. Today, what a great subject you're speaking on, because Genesis is the rebirth and the rebirth of the black nation in England.
Okay.
And you're a great voice for people. But as for the you're saying that you're worried that people are saying people within mixed marriage,
yes,
or mixed relationship, and they have partners who are worried about the Rastafarian aspect,
yes, of going home, you know, reaching Africa.
Yeah, but the point I want to say is, you know, the king and God and king of Rasta is Emperor Haile Selassie I.
Yes.
And in the teachings of His Majesty, written by himself, words spoken by himself. He says on the spectre of racial discrimination, he says, the spectre of racial discrimination, which has for so long cast its dark and evil shadow over much of this globe, is slowly disappearing. Men are coming increasingly to be judged by their talents and abilities rather than by the less meaningful and far more superficial standards of race and religion. I'm just bringing in his kind of the angle.
Yes.
But then he goes on, this is further on in his speech, he says, let us not recoil in hatred against those who, even while protecting their freedom from bias and prejudice, reveal by their actions that the poison of discrimination has left its lasting effects.
Okay.
And by this reaction, reveal that we, no less than they, are prey to unreasoning emotion, that we, no less than they, are susceptible to that virus which is called intolerance.
Yes.
But let us take pride in the fact that as free men we attack and abhor racial discrimination on principle wherever it is found and in whatever guise.
Okay.
So
the interpretation of that, Brother James.
Well, Rasta people, how can Rasta people or the Rasta element of Genesis be prejudice? Not that we can't say, because I believe if white people or white women come into black relationships,
yes,
then they should be under that culture
of the black culture.
The black culture. And
Okay.
if they want to bring in their less, what could we call their ways? Their less godly ways,
Yes.
or their less cultural ways, then that is what we as people have to say, well, we don't want that. You know, and we don't want you to teach our children that, so we have to be kind of selective in who we bring in.
Okay.
Not to be prejudiced, though. Still, not to be prejudiced against them for the colour of their skin, but
Yes.
perhaps it's the lack of culture or the culture that they bring into our children that we have to look at and be very careful what we're doing. And why I say this, I'm very experienced in this because I'm mixed race.
You are
I've
mixed
got
race.
two cultures in me. I've got my African culture and I've got my mother's European culture.
Okay, Bridging, I'm going to ask you something, right?
Yes.
Because there's a lot of people out there that believe that children and people of mixed race, in America they call them now biracial. Okay, but they're saying that mixed race children are confused because of the two different cultures, and you find that they either choose one or they choose the other.
Yeah, but I feel that if they're confused, they choose the white one. If they're not confused because they're people of colour, they choose the black one, because black people is from the deep of the darkest well up until the top of the well. But the ranges in colour is so different. So, I mean, but African, and if you recognise your African-ness, your African culture, because there is no European culture, it's a baseless materialist culture, if you want to call it a culture, it's just a materialist way of life. But Africans have culture.
Yeah.
But you see as well, there's a lot of discrimination against even Africans and West Indians, because West Indians being quite, not so, they're quite westernized, because that is the teaching that we have come up in. That the Africans feel that West Indians don't have any culture. So really, West Indians have to adopt the African culture to an extent, and to come away from the materialism and the baselessness and rudeness, the appearance of European people.
The way the Europeans.
Yeah, because I mean, you know, you see on the black comedy shows, you see like African sister, and I can't remember her name, but she brings in the joke, you know, taking off a white kid, saying, "Mum, what are you talking about?" And then just showing her mother as a black African woman would just look on her and put up her eyes, and you know you can't do that kind of rubbish.
That's right, that's right.
You know?
That's right. But again, you see, within the West Indian community, it's just, I think, that element of it has been eroded over a period of time, because when I was a child, you know, and by the sound of your voice, I may be wrong, but I think we grew up around the same time. But when I was a child, you couldn't talk back to your parents. You know, and my parents are West Indian.
Yeah.
And, you know, if I talk back to them, I used to get my mouth bust.
Yeah.
You know, and we grew up with a certain amount of discipline that even if you passed your parents' friends on the street, you know, that was a no-no. You had to say something to them.
Yeah.
You know, so I think slowly it's just been eroded, Bridget,
But I
over the
think
years.
this is what we have to come and try and rebuild. This is, you know, these are the things which we have to grasp onto, because if we don't want to lose hold of our children, then we have to grasp, which is not even the, well, it is the ancient teachings.
Yes.
Way ancient teachings, but they're still very dominant in the older generation, like our fathers, our generation, like we had to respect them.
For real.
Well, that has been going on and we have to now change our ways, us as the parents,
Yes.
and instill in our children, listen, it ain't going like that. You know, you better listen, you ain't European, you are African.
Yeah.
This is African, or this is, if we want to say, this is just black. And you best get this instilled in your mind that it don't go like that. But it's from the cradle we have to begin and carry on. But because by the time from the cradle to they're 7, you can mold a child.
That's right.
But afterwards, then you
It's
have
going
a
to be
fight.
hard. That's right, because they're ready now to take on their own.
Yeah, but the African way is more because it's the community that grows a child in Africa, not just one parent.
Yeah.
You see, we've got to try and come back into some African culture. You know, we need a basis of culture, and that is discipline, like the 10 Commandments: honor thy mother and thy father. Take that one in your heart. When you do that, you can't speak back to your parents.
For real.
You know, so that is a good way. You know, we have to come back to God, you know, that's my belief anyway.
Okay,
you know?
Reggie.
And
All right.
also, about the trade with Africa and the West Indies, how they're trying to, America and Europe want a free trade market.
Yeah.
This is to do with the thing called Global 2000. It's where they're trying to make their global village.
That's right.
But black people can't be involved in their village.
Yeah.
They don't want black people in there, you know.
And they made it pretty clear as well.
Yeah, but you see, I think it's God's plan. I think it's God's plan being revealed, because you see in Revelations it says, if you do not have the mark of the beast, you will not be able to trade.
That's right.
Right? So I think that some African people must get together now, because if you think about it logically, we all have to eat. We all love black food.
Yes.
If we can bring our own food here from our own people and keep it amongst ourselves, I think this could be God's plan, because you see them doing these things, keeping us out of trade, will cause us to trade amongst ourselves, because we will have no choice.
Okay, but Bridget, let me ask something then now. If they make it illegal, or they put such a high financial penalty on actually importing our own food into the West, into Europe, you know, or they just say, well, look, right now, it's illegal to import anything from that side of the world.
I don't think they're making it illegal, though. I think what they're doing is you see, there's a European trade agreement on its ex-colonies.
Yes.
Right? And so the European community, like Britain and France, the colonial powers, Holland, right, of the West Indies, they then bring in the food and subsidize it.
Yes.
Right? And keep the prices high.
Yes.
Right? So to enable those economies to flourish under some kind of, with some sound basis, right?
Yes.
So then what they do, what the Americans are trying to do is cut down those barriers, those trade barriers, and make it that they can bring their cheap imports from America, because right now it's the Europeans blocking the Americans bringing their cheap mass-produced food from the exploited people in South America.
Yes.
The Americans control that market, and they want to bring that market to Europe, but they can't at the moment. So what they're going to do is break down the barriers so they can bring in the Americans can bring in their food.
Yes.
Because Clinton was in Barbados this week. Over the same with the heads of the Caribbean states too.
Really?
Did you
didn't happen to hear anything? What was the outcome of his?
I don't know what the outcome is, but he did go there. I think it was Thursday.
Yeah.
To have this meeting, because they're going to break down those trade barriers.
Okay.
So what they're going to do is flood the market with their cheap South American those poor people from South America who they're exploited. They're going to bring their cheap imports to Europe.
Yes.
And this is what it's about. But you see, we could counteract that. Because they're not saying you can't bring in food from Africa or the Caribbean and we're going to put up the tariffs.
Yes.
What it is actually doing is bringing in the cheaper stuff, so then the stuff in the West Indies will be too dear, overpriced.
That's right.
Right, so they're doing it economically.
Okay.
But you see, we as people should look at what's going on and say, right, you see, this is being a proper rebel. You can't go and fight them with guns, but you can fight them with your spending power.
Economically.
And if you don't go and buy the South American imports, and you then support your African and Caribbean people.
Yes. Well, then
you
that's
might be
one
paying
way.
a little bit more if you say, oh boy, I can get it cheaper there. But, you know, we could work it out in a way. Once it becomes an established order that we have to do this, we must be able to get that food to the...
At the price, that's right.
At the price, because we have to adjust from abroad and we have to adjust here. But we are the people in these countries like here, we are buying the food.
Yeah. For
So
real.
we have to, I mean, it's not such a massive market, you see. It's not such a great market. But
Well, bridging, boy, you see, at that particular point, I'm not too sure about that, because as I said earlier on, if you go into any black area, any black community, any black market, you'll find that it's the Indians selling the food. Now, we know that Indians are very astute when it comes to making money.
Yeah.
You know, so obviously there must be some kind of financial gain or financial reward in selling our food.
Yeah, but why can't we do it?
This is what we're asking.
We can do it, though, but we have to have a concerted effort in our intelligence, in our mind, to say, listen, this is what they're doing to black people worldwide. We need to change our perception.
That's the truth.
We need to change our perception and say, well, even if we are paying 2 pennies more or 3 pennies more for this than what we can get it from South America, we're still supporting the black economy.
Yeah.
You know, and 3 pennies ain't going to make too much difference, is it?
No.
To us.
That's right, Bridget.
So that's what, you know.
So you're saying now that we need to just really support our own and start looking at importing our own food and...
Yeah, importing our own food. Even us here, you know, people who are here and have a little change can, you know, and who do travel and go to African countries, you know. I mean, it takes so little money to set up something in Africa for poor people. If you imagine that in Ghana, it is now must be about 400 and odd cedis to the pound, I think. It might even be more. I can't remember really. I think it's 400 and odd.
That's a lot.
Right, but you imagine, so you take $3,000 to Africa. You've got more than 1 million cedis.
For real.
Right? 1,200,000 if it was 400, for instance. Right? Well, then people go to work in Africa for... say a couple hundred cedis a week.
Yeah, which works
so imagine
out.
what you can do with 1 odd million. You're a millionaire in Africa.
Yeah.
At least to get a basis of agriculture, gets these things going, you know? I mean, it seems like a major, severe plan, but that's the kind of thing we have to do.
We've got to start looking at our economic plan.
Yeah, you know, and it is the agricultural base. It doesn't matter how far technology and everything goes. People still have to eat. That's an agricultural base. You know, so we must, you know, that's my plan, and I'm going to try and, whenever I speak to people, we're going to have to try and push a theory like that together, because the Global 2000 is a serious thing. It excludes black people altogether. So we ain't involved. So we need a Global God 2000.
Okay.
Yes, my Bridget. Anyway,
Yes,
we're done for
Bridget.
today.
All right, thanks for that call very much, Brother James. See?
Yes, sir.
And keep it locked.
Yeah, man.
Okay, London Town, we're still here, 0958504906. We have in the house with us today the landlord, you know what I mean, the innkeeper and team. Good morning, innkeeper. We also have the one notorious OG Briggy himself has come in London Town. I'm going to let him say yes up and things, everyone. Okay, we're going to take this call first, and then we're going to talk to Mr. OG. Good morning, you're in tune to Genesis 91.6 FM. What's your name and from where are you calling, please?
My name is Nia and I'm calling from Edgware Road.
Yes, Bridget.
Yeah, I just totally agree with what the last brother was just saying, because I was just about to come on and say exactly the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah,
Regarding the food.
Yeah?
Regarding the food.
Yeah, we're going to food, Global 2000, and setting up shop.
Okay.
Exactly what's going on in that Global 2000 report. They're just setting up shop and everything, and the year 2000's coming up. I mean, you'll see enough black people jumping up, celebrating, and they don't know what's going on.
For real.
Now they'll be jumping up, raving all night long, and going, yeah, 2000, year 2000, yeah, and they ain't got a clue, or they just don't care.
On what they've got planned and designed for us.
Exactly, and what's enforced now, because like what was actually in the report was that by the year 2000, like 3.7 billion people have got to be wiped out
of the earth.
How
do you know that, Bridging? How do you know that? How do you know that?
Well, I've been studying. That information comes out from America.
Okay.
Because the report was done by Jimmy Carter back in 1974.
Yeah.
Look how long ago that was.
Yeah, because you know why I asked you how you know that? Because I actually read that information maybe about 4.5 years ago. You know, that there's X amount of billion black people that they have to get rid of.
It doesn't actually say black, but you know damn say it means that though.
Well, in a document, brother, in a document that I read, okay, it said that in order for this to work, they had to get rid of, Briggy's telling me it's 2.6 billion.
2.6
all right?
billion, yeah.
Now, they designed a plan of 3 stages, and they said that 1, they will use AIDS in the motherland. 2, they will use war, like what's going on in Zaire now.
Black on black violence.
Black on black violence. And 3, they will use drugs in like the black European communities.
Yeah, crack and all that business, yeah.
And as I said, that was maybe 4.5, 5 years ago I read that document, and we can see that it's actually happening.
Yeah, but the actual report was commissioned in 1974.
Boy, well, look how
way back. Way back. But even so, you know that man Lynch? Lynch.
Yes.
Was he Judge Lynch or something? He used to go and lynch about 33 African slaves a day or something. That's why they call it Lynch law.
Yes.
It's like Colonel Lynch. He said the same thing.
That's right.
Way back in the 18th century, isn't it?
Well, that's right, Bridging. You know, that was a very long time ago.
Same thing.
So they've had this plan. They've had this plan set for a very, very long time.
Yeah, for example, I'm a member of the PACM, which is a black organisation. Because there's enough Africans out there with knowledge of what's going on, but you're not joining organisations.
Yeah, we're not coming together.
The PACM is non-religious. The PACM is non-religious.
Okay.
Purely Pan-Africanism.
Okay.
But people need to join organisations because the World Health Organization is an organisation. The UN is an organisation. The government, the police, and everything are organisations. The white people are organised, but African people just want to do it with just yourselves. It ain't gonna work.
For real.
Just ringing up and chatting up and going to meetings here and there. It ain't gonna work.
So, Bridging. I want you now to give everyone in London Town a piece of encouragement in terms of how we should go from here.
Well, check out, there's several African organisations, but you check them out and find the one that suits your beliefs.
Yes.
You find the one that suits you.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because there's several out there. I mean, like, some of them have got gays in there, some have got whites in there. I'm not going to join them.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But I'm a member of the PACM. They're based in North London, and we're holding our African Liberation Day, which you mentioned, in Birmingham.
Yes.
Because the PACM is a national organisation, not just London and here and there. It is a national, it is international, because we've got branches in Africa and America.
Yeah, for real, and they've been around a long time. That's the Pan-African...
long time.
The Pan-African Congress movement.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we organise the economic structure is what we need. We organise the spiritual structure is what we need.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
And it's all there. We organise the education, which is what we need. It's all there in PSM. But we need people to come and actually do something. Because when people come to the meeting and say, yeah, wiki, I'm going about their business.
For real.
So you need to come in and do some work.
For real. Okay, Bridging. All right, Bridging. The whole of London Town got that.
As for the syphilis bit, that was Tuskegee.
Sorry?
When the African men were giving them that syphilis in America,
yes,
that was called Tuskegee. And that started from 1935 up to 1978. There's a continuous process, and there's 800 African men were involved, and there's been 10 survivors, and I think they've received about £10 million each compensation.
For real. Hold on, Bridging. Hold on a sec. OG wants to say something about that as well, because he said he saw it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was the news, isn't it? You talking about, did you watch CNN the other day? No,
I didn't watch it. No, I didn't watch it.
What it was, the president came and he made a big speech basically saying that he's sorry, yeah, for the brothers them who basically got injected with them syphilis and all that, you know what I mean? And what it is, they had like a token black woman on there. I think what it was, she's a little token black woman anyway, yeah. Basically, the news reports from England was asking her, does she forgive them here, and would her late father forgive them for what they'd done? And she was saying yes. And I don't know how she could be talking for her daddy, and her dad's dead because of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But the thing is, though, right? If she had the opposite view, they wouldn't have had her on the show. They would not have her show. Because if she was strong, saying, "Nah, man, you lot got mashed up for this," they wouldn't have put on a show. They'll pick somebody who's willing to forgive.
Boy.
Otherwise, she won't be there.
That's what I'm saying, and these are the kind of things what make black people placid, man. Because we can't forgive them for that.
No
we can't
way.
forgive them for slavery, we can't forgive them for nothing.
No compromise. It's too much compromise.
Too much.
I've got another point, yeah?
Yeah, go on, bro.
There's been 4 programs on television about mixed relationships.
Yeah.
There's been Vanessa in the afternoon, The Time and Place, there's Sleeping with the Enemy, late night, and there's another one as well. There's been 4 programs on TV. You've had white against, like BNP and real, like, prejudiced white people. You've had white for, who are in mixed relationships, and you've had black for, who are in mixed relationships. But not one of these programs had black against. Not one.
Yeah, well,
I mean, like, the comedian Quaker, he was invited to on The Time and Place. He was invited. We just eat favorite food because we have the sun and exercise to do that we are work, yeah?
Yes.
But the main root plan of it is, right, is cut off the economic structure from us, yes? Eventually, as the brother just said, right? And cause a destabilization over there, so when you see war, so when you see rumors of war, nation against nation, right?
Yes.
Parents against parents, said not thyself.
Yes.
Because the time is not yet. So the organization structure now is for we to organize, not to organize to build up a structure upon this. You can't build not upon this as a black people, yes sir. You don't belong here. Yeah?
So then, Bridging, so you agree, right, with when Bridging was saying how we should be importing our own food products?
You see, you can import the food products, but you see, don't make it become dormant, meaning to say, well, yes, you're going to build this, you're going to build here, so it can't work.
Yes.
Because the plan that, if you import more food also and say, yes, we like weather, so we go back now under the pretense of the peace. When I say peace, I say just peace. When them say peace, them talk about something else.
Yeah.
Them talk about wow, that's
right.
it. Yeah? So you want to look for go back in the east. You want to look for go back on the east.
Now, in the east being where? Because there's a lot of people that, you see when you hear man talk about going back to the east and praying to the east, there's a lot of people that say, well, the Muslims pray to the east.
Yeah. Well, I'm not religion, yeah? When we talk about east, someone should came as it is written in the book. You understand?
Yeah.
And so that we can live, as the brother said before, like in the command, the Almighty, them call him God. Yeah? His name is Jah.
Yes.
Yes? Now him said, thou shalt not till him give to Moses. And then when Moses come down to what the children, the Hebrew Israel are doing, he said, woe ye Israel. That is the first commandment. Woe ye Israel. And as for likewise, he said, love thy neighbor as thyself. Well, if you kill your brother, yeah?
Yes.
You can't be loving the neighbor.
Okay.
You understand? So I say, fling religion out the wind and burn it down because it will happen all in the book, right?
Okay, so Bridging, so then just clear that up. When you're saying now we need to go to the east, where is the east?
The east is from whence you came.
Yeah, but from here, for someone like me that wasn't good at geography, if you're talking about the east, tell me where you're speaking of.
The east might be from in Africa, that's where the forefather come from, because they never did speak this, they never speak no English, did they?
Okay, all right, so it's the land of Africa.
So that's the land.
Yes.
That's the land, you know. This is no promised land. He never tells him, never tells, come make you with no promises. Say, tell Abraham, say, well, you bring your children here. But him say, many of the children of Israel shall stray, but not all.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, I hear
that's
that.
what I deal with. But in speaking so concerning mixed marriage also, right?
Yeah.
Right? God is no respect of no man. Color or creed. Because, you see, it's not about color, you know. It's about a spiritual thing. You understand?
Okay, Bridget, if that's the case, then how comes there's so many different colors in the earth?
Because it's not the book never tells say Abraham children man shall be like the sons of the seashore, like the star of heaven, man.
Yeah, I hear that, but isn't that like, because there's black people in the four corners of the earth.
Right.
So what about the other colors? What about the Chinese? What about the Indians? What about the white people?
Them are the same too.
They're the same.
The black and the white are the same, you know.
They're the same.
The black and the white, yeah, of course, them are the same.
Boy,
but you have to know the difference. You have to know the difference, you know.
Well, Bridget, there are. Hold on a sec. There's medical differences. For example, the spleen of the black man, black woman is larger. The skin of the black man and black woman is more durable. Can take more heat. Can even, believe it or not, take quite a high degree of cold and still survive. The black person, by nature, by having this what they call melanin in them. It's been proven that they are stronger in terms of, that's why we ended up being the slaves for so long, because they tried others and they just died out after a couple of years' work. You know, also, like you've heard, the implementing in America of injecting black men with syphilis, etc.
That happened a long time, man.
Okay, but the reason why they done that is because, again, it's a well-known fact within the scientific world that if you can produce a drug and test it on the black man and get the results, then from there you won't have to test it on no one else.
Well, you hear this now. You heard the brother said before, we have to go back to the things of the old. Yeah?
Yes, Bridget.
Now, you're what he's saying in the book, right? When Pharaoh looked on the children of Israel.
Yes.
And then said, well, now we bring them here and they're in our midst.
Yes.
But they're now becoming more than us.
Yes.
So we should set about to work about on a plan.
Okay. Okay.
I'm just trying to drag on a memory to make one know, say, Jah live, children, Jah live.
Yes, Bridget.
Not thyself. Because in thy midst
yes.
is one light unto thyself alone.
That's right. All right, Richie, thanks for that input.
So, peace, not to just to the black alone, peace to the white.
Yeah.
Because the black and the white, him say, what about the white one, them? Him say, what about the white one, them?
Yeah.
But you see, you must know among the black,
okay.
them that wolf in sheep clothing as they are in the white, so.
Yeah? All right.
All right, man. Peace, man.
One love, Reggie.
One love.
Thanks for that input. Yeah, there, London Town, you're getting it there loud and clear from Brother Keith out there in the London region scene. Now, I wanted to say something as well, just to add to that, Brother Keith, on the black and white thing, all right? Now, as I said, there's a lot of people out there that believe we should not mix our seed, we should not spread it, and we should keep it in the house. I want some of you dreadlocks, man, out there that's with white partners to phone me, all right? Because there's a time now when Dreads was one of them that was saying, boy, you know, you can't sleep with the enemy. But if you walk down the street now, any street, you'll see the most long-eared dreadlocks, man, with white sisters. 0958504906. We're going to take this call. Good morning, you're in tune to Genesis 91.6 FM. What's your name and from where are you calling, please?
Good morning, this is Michael from Peckham.
Good morning, brother, mate.
Also, you're talking about the topic of mixed race.
Yes.
Mixed relationships. A few months back, I bought a magazine called Pride Magazine. And in it, it's talking about black women going out with BNP members.
Yes. Yeah. I've read that article.
That?
Yeah.
Now, you've heard complaints about this and about this mixed relationship thing. What I found is that a lot of brothers are getting condemned, right, for being in mixed relationships.
Yeah.
Me personally, I'm saying that really truly, I prefer to stick to my own culture.
Yes.
Me personally.
Yes.
But I'm saying still, what's the issue about who some of these women are going out with ain't being addressed. And a lot of these, from what I've read here, it's saying that some of these women are going out for members of the BNP National Front, people who are known to attack black people.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm saying at the end of the day, I've heard a lot of criticisms in the past about, and a lot of brothers getting bashed for going out of women, Caucasian females. But it's like when it comes to explain putting emphasis on what some of these women are doing, right? Not's been addressed.
Okay, brother Mike. There is a theory out there, right?
Yeah.
That the women are forced to do this because 40% of black men right now are with Caucasians. So the black women now, where there was we got to check it. There was a lockdown. You got X amount of black men in jail, X amount of black men in mental institutions.
I agree that the institutions, including the police and the mental institutions, are contributing factors.
Okay.
But also look at this reality: is that you ever consider that sometimes the women are at fault themselves?
Why?
You understand my point?
Not really. Explain that.
All right. I've heard arguments from other brothers who said along these lines, saying that, all right, you're saying that 40% of black men going to Caucasian women. That's an exaggeration.
That's an exaggeration.
I'm going to tell you why. Because I found that isn't so much the case.
Really, Reggie?
Yeah.
We'll break that down for me, because when you go out, because
I'll say a bit less brothers are going with Caucasian women than before. Before it used to be much more, but now I'll say there's a reduction in that.
Really?
Yeah, I'll say that.
Brethren, well, personally, you see when I'm walking on the street, right, it seems to be.
I'm not saying it ain't happening.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it.
No, I'm not saying it's not happening either. I'm not saying.
Liar to say that.
I'm not saying it's.
What I'll say is this.
Bridget, I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but I'm saying when I walk the streets, it seems to be on the increase.
Did you read an article some time back in the Voice newspaper when they said that there's an increase in black men when there was an increase in black men going towards Asian women, not white women.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Did you hear about it?
No, I never read that article.
Yeah, we'll see. If you look in one of the old editions of The Voice, I think going back several years, you'll see it.
Yes.
All right. And furthermore, what I'm saying is that there's certain arguments going around. One of them is that they're saying some brothers are saying that the sisters. I've heard one argument. Some brothers saying that some of the sisters are hostile.
Yes.
Right. And we'll see. If you don't believe me, check some brothers for yourself. And
I've heard that, Bridget. I've heard that.
Furthermore, and I also heard the other argument that sometimes people invent reasons to go to other races.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
Some people concoct ideas of invention just because they want to have a relationship with somebody from another culture. Mm-hmm. Right? Without really no justification of them dissing their own people.
Okay.
And there's another argument is that I'm going to make another point, not to differ away from this argument, but just to make a point which relates to this, is that some gender groups think they're greater than their own race, and this is another problem, because you got some males and females that think that because one is masculine or feminine that they're greater than their people. And we'll see. I want to know, how is that possible?
Well, again, Bridget, remember our man Willie Lynch.
Yeah, I know, but you got some people who believe, and also what I'm saying is this: you got to give due and accurate criticism to the people, to men and women alike, because it's like I find a lot of men brothers get more likely to get bashed, cut down, and slated.
Yes.
And I'm going to give you another example. What I was watching a talk show in the week. It was Rolanda, and they're talking about conspiracy arguments. And one of the arguments they said is that they have a problem with powerful, rich black men.
Yes.
Right? Now, if you check it, I'm not saying Tyson was in the right for what he did. Right? I'm not. If he did it.
Yes.
If he did it.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is this: look who they went and used against him. It wasn't a white woman. It wasn't another white person.
No.
It wasn't even another brother.
It was
he
his
used
own.
a black woman to come against him.
Yeah.
You understand? And not just one black woman, a whole heap of black women.
For real.
We'll see. And and even judging the Supreme Court in America now, right? Look who they brought up against him from out of nowhere, a black woman.
Another
again.
black, yeah.
So what I'm saying is that we've got to check pretty carefully some of the things we say, because we might find that it's not always an accurate argument.
Okay.
You understand my point?
Yeah, Bridget, I hear that. I hear that loud and clear.
Furthermore, is that feminism. Now I heard that you lot support feminism. You have to be careful what you support.
Pardon, hold on, Mikey. You heard what?
Did you lot, correct me if I'm wrong, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, right? But did you lot say you support feminism?
Boy, I don't know who would have said that, you know, Bridget. Well, personally, you never came...
I'm going to tell you why. If I may have heard wrong. If I've heard wrong, I apologize. Right? But if you are supporting feminism, then you're supporting what's the New World Order itself.
Yeah,
right?
well, I know that I've been told...
Sorry to interrupt you, brethren. Right?
Yeah.
But you have to remember, feminism is linked up with the Ku Klux Klan and all that other business.
Okay.
And that fascist business, because it's not to do with our people. And furthermore, the women shouldn't even be there.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
Because what you have to do to be there, you have to turn against your own people.
That's right.
Knowingly. You understand? A lot of them don't want to deal with these issues.
For real.
You understand? We have to hit these. We have to deal with these issues head on. Because if we don't, they're going to be big problems in getting us together as a people.
Yeah. Well, I hope that some of our feminist sisters are listening. And
another thing, you can't really be coaching a feminist, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, but you will. They call themselves what they want, Bridget.
Well, they call themselves that, but they have to remember, right? If they call themselves that, then identify with that. Then you have to remember that they have to disassociate themselves from their own people.
For real.
You understand? Because you have to be hostile to your own race. You understand?
Is it hostile? Is it
ideas that's hostile to your own people?
Mikey, is it hostile to your own race or hostile to the men of your race?
To the men of the race, which is just as bad. Because if there's no men to relate to, the race can't continue and can't propagate itself.
For real.
You understand? If there's no women to relate to, the race can't continue and can't propagate itself.
That's the truth. All right, Bridget.
One more thing.
Yeah.
Right? Another thing we should stop doing is taking other men's prodigy and calling it the black man and calling it black.
Taking
other people's offspring and calling it our own, because you have to be very careful. If you read Charles Williams' book, The Destruction of Black Civilization, even he elaborated on the problem.
Yes.
Right?
So you're saying now...
When other people, when they went through the women and had their children, these children later on, their descendants later on came back and enslaved the black people.
So, Bridget, what you're saying now, what I take from that is that what you're saying is that the mixed race children, we have to stop taking them on as a part of the black community.
Listen, if those who want to support them, help them build up black people, fine. But I'm telling you, there's a history behind it. That if you read a lot of them, if you read the works of Charles Williams and others, they will tell you, right, that it's because of this intermixing, whether it's between Caucasians or other people of color, right, through the women, that a lot of the oppression has been caused. And if you don't believe me, check it for yourself, my brother.
Okay, Bridget.
You can prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. That's what I ask.
Chance
if I'm wrong, and I'll make an apology.
Okay. All right. Then, well, we hear that loud and clear, Mikey. All right. And thanks for that input. Keep it locked in. Your London Town 09585049906. We're kind of hotting up now. Did you hear what Bridget Michael said there? He said that all of those people that go with people from other nations, other people, he said the black community should stop what would you call adopting these children into their community and saying that they are black children. Boy, London Town, tell me what you got to say about that. And I'm going to ask, what about Bob Marley? Good morning, you're in tune to Genesis 91.6 FM. What's your name?
This is me again. I was on the minute, but I just got a quick point to make, right?
Yes.
There's a far-right scientist magazine in America called the New Scientist or something like that.
Yes.
And they say, because it was global warming and all that business, the number one enemy to Caucasian people is the sun.
The sun.
And anybody who knows about African people, right? Anybody knows anything about African people, the sun is our number one friend. We are the people of the sun. The sun gives us energy for our melanin, yeah? But the number one enemy to Caucasian is the sun, because it burns them up, fires them up, and gives them cancer and everything, yeah?
Okay.
So their solution, this is written, it's a magazine, you can get copies, I think it's a 1996 issue last year, right? Their solution was to marry into melanin. Actually stated so, to marry into melanin.
Yes.
That's their solution to the frying up with the white people.
Okay, all right, Bridging. I hear that.
And the thing, one more point is on mixed-race children. It's not the children's fault. It is not the children's fault. It is the father, it is the African partner's fault that the children come out mixed. It is not the children's fault. But mixed-race children always choose whether they want to be black or white. There's no go down the middle.
Okay.
If you not go down the middle, they always choose. And if you come back to us, then we can regenerate the blackness in them.
So don't blame the children.
Don't blame the children. It is the African partner in the relationship.
Okay, Bridging.
Right, big on, yeah?
Big up. Yeah, London Town, did you hear that? Brother Mikey, I hope you heard that as well. The Bridging there saying, boy, you know, you can't blame the children, you know, really. It's not their fault. But I wanted to ask, what about man like Bob Marley, huh? Bob Marley is one of the biggest icons in the history of black music. We're going to take this call. Good morning, you're in tune to Genesis 91.6 FM.
Yo, good morning. Yeah, name is Ali. I'm calling from Hackney, yeah?
Yes, Bridget.
Yeah, yes. Listen, you said, right, that every white man is an enemy.
When?
No, you said that, you know, like, you actually mentioned a quote by someone that's like, that you should not sleep with your enemy.
No, I said that there is a debate where people think that, a lot of people are saying now that it could be shown that anyone that's with a white partner is actually sleeping with the enemy because they now...
Do you believe that?
Sorry?
Do you believe that?
Do I personally believe that?
Yeah.
Well, if you take their argument on board and see where they're coming from, they're saying from a point of view, if you as a black man deny your own black woman and you go and procreate with someone from a different nation, you're obviously weakening your nation.
Yeah, but you can't really actually go by that. It's just like when a white man says that every black man is a mugger or a drug dealer. That's like stereotypical, isn't it?
Well, yeah. I'm bridging. We're not saying it on that level, right? He's saying...
No. I mean...
Hold on. Hey, Ad. He's saying it on the level that... Let's take some examples now. In South Africa, you have what's known as a coloured population who, even though all of them, they have a black parent, they created a situation there, which is still there now, where the coloureds actually live, you know, they're like what you would call second-class citizens, and then the blacks, including their parents, are third-class citizens. Also, if you go to Australia, when the white man first went to Australia, what they done is actually rape the women so that they could get mixed-race children, and then they put them children on a level above even their own parents. So from that point of view, the argument about sleeping with the enemy has come about.
No, but you know, the discussion today is about black and white, not the Asians or the Chinese or anything. It's like, should black mix with white? Yeah, but look, basically the way it is, I mean, the way I see it is like you can't really judge a person just because he's or she's got white skin. It's like, you know, the brother called earlier, listened to, he said it's all dependent if he or she is bringing, what you call it, you know, I mean, culture with them. If they're bringing culture with them, fine. If they ain't bringing no culture with them...
Yeah, but Bridging, there's an argument also that if a man knows his culture, he wouldn't do that anyway. He'd stick to his own.
Well, you can't really do that because don't forget, first of all, me, myself, I'm in the true culture. I'm half Indian and I'm actually half living here. So what do you expect me to do? Me to like turn away from the woman? To me, a woman is a woman.
So you're a woman is a woman?
No, but to me, a woman is a woman until I talk to the woman, until I realize, okay, what she stands and what she believes. Then it's up to me to actually say, okay, she believes what I believe. She stands for what I stand for. Let's go with it. But if she doesn't believe what I actually come across, you know, Indian sisters, and they're totally different. So I can't really even go out with them. I can't even have babies with them. I can't even marry them because they have a Western belief.
So, Bridget, are you in a relationship?
I marry my own. You know, they don't really make me, what you call it, go on a right path, a right track.
Okay.
Unless I'm back home.
Are you in? Can I ask you? Are you in a relationship now? And if you are, what color is your partner?
Well, I was actually in a relationship anyway. She was half caste, half English and half Indian.
Okay, that's your partner.
Yeah,
Well then now, Bridging.
Me personally, like my eyes, of course, you know, I mean, me personally want to go after a black girl or Indian or a girl with culture or a girl with, you know, I mean, color in it. But because living here, that's very difficult. Unless if I was back home, then I will see more women with colors and women with culture. And of course, you know, I mean, you can easily fall in love, or you can actually easily have a relationship.
Okay, Bridging, if your queen now is mixed race, okay, And are you mixed race yourself?
No.
You're not? Okay, when you do have your children, what would you tell their children that they are in terms of identifying with a nation on the earth?
Well, you see, look, the way the Indian believes, right, when a woman marries a man, then she belongs to him. So that way she actually has to adapt his culture or his way. That's why when we have our sisters marrying anybody outside, even black, forget the white, even black, we said, no, this can't be. Unless if that black person or whatever person happens to satisfy with the religious belief, then yes, we can go with it.
Okay, I hear that, but let me, I'm going to put a point to that as well. How comes then, right? 8 out of 10 black people, black men in particular, we're going to get to the women in a minute, Brother Mike in Peckham, but 8 out of 10 black men that have had long-term relationships with Caucasian people, they usually end up speaking like this. What you saying, mate? How's it going? I'm going down the old pub tonight. You understand, Bridget? So when you're talking about the man taking the woman and the woman being a part of the man, or, you know, she has to take on his culture, here in England, the majority of black youths, even from when I was going to school, that's going out with white, has been going out with white people from ever since then. They go pub, they talk white, they act white, everything, their whole attitude is white. And if you tell them to come with us, we're going to go to a dance, or we're going to go where, you know, it's predominantly us, they feel a bit out of place.
Yeah, of course, that's exactly what happened to black men. When a black man left West Indies for West Indies to come here, or when they actually come to West Indies from Africa, the culture wasn't there with them. We have our culture with us. That's the reason we have, like, Chinese, Turkish, or whatever you want to call it. We bring our culture. That's what your station is doing, to actually teach the black people the culture, isn't it? To teach black people, okay, that's where we belong, whether you're West Indian, whether you live in Brazil, wherever you live in. If you're black, you're from Africa. Fair enough. But just like the man said, I think the race started with black, then we actually start, like, you know, the last race is the white race.
Okay.
The first race was a black race, and in between is Chinese, the Indians, we all come in. You understand what I'm saying to you? Some follow the white, some follow the black.
I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. So at the end of the day, Bridget,
we belong with the black, because at the end of the day, you people believe in God, you have a belief, you have a culture. White people, compared to our belief, they've got nothing, so that's why we don't belong with them.
Okay, so at the end of the day, are you saying now that you're one that would then, like, support mixed relationships, and you don't really see nothing too terrible with it?
No, of course not, because the other day, my belief is a Muslim, right? We actually been told there is no color. I mean, I see a white man as a Muslim, so me, I don't really go by that. And if I see a white girl, she wants to become a Muslim man, that's even better.
Yeah, but so, Bridget, isn't that?
By the color. I mean, with me, there's no problem with the genes. Look, when a child is born scientifically, right? That's you know, all the child. I mean, the brain cells is all what you call it. I mean, disorganized. So who organized the cells is the parents and the culture and the community. So at the end of the day, even if you have a black sister, that don't really guarantee that you're going to have your kid brought up the same way you want it. So you can't really have it. It all depends what you got in your head. I mean, a white man could be a dumb and could be stupid. That don't really make him what you call it a bad man, you know.
Okay, Bridget, I hear that.
Actually go like a deeper level to really understand why this is happening. It's not really happening because it's happening. At the end of the day, the way I see it all boils down to good versus the evil. And who are the good and who are the evil is we have to find out, but we know who the evil are. It's not a color, it's the person that is evil, you know what I mean?
I hear that, Bridget.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like at the end of the day, you have to point to the man. That's why God gave you eyes to actually see the devil, to see the evil. He said, God, but you feel God. You don't really see God, you feel it. But what you see the evil in. Then you realize, okay, that's where the evil is, and that's what those people are doing the evilness.
Okay, Bridget. Thank you very much for that input.
I'm out of breath, yeah?
Yes. One love.
Oh, listen, you take it easy, yeah?
You as well, Bridget.
Right,
take care. Yeah, London Town boy, we're here and it's hotting up. Can you hear some of the comments we get? Where's all these sisters? How comes the sisters ain't phoning in and defending the cause? What about all of you black sisters that's going out with white partners? See? What you got to say? What you got to say? They ain't gonna phone? We're gonna take this call. 095. Oh, sorry. You know the number already. Good morning, you're tuned to Genesis.
Yeah, that's the fire.
One love, Bridget. Yeah.
Yeah, listen, it's true, you know, so evil is not a color.
But it was one nation that changed world religion and world conception and world philosophy, you know. And it was Europe. So
yes.
although it's not a color, we must know who predominate the evil in the earth.
Okay, yeah.
No,
yeah.
I want to talk about mixed race relationship and them thing there. Virgin, if guy know the Williams paper, them.
Say that again, Bridget?
You know the Williams paper?
Yes. Willie Lynch, yeah.
No, remember 2,000 years ago a man called Jesus Christ walked the earth.
Yes.
And him said, if Satan's kingdom be divided against itself, it must fall.
Yeah, it can't stand.
See?
Yeah.
Any house divided against itself must fall.
Yes.
Right? Now, if you have some people within a race who don't really have no real language, don't really have no real conscience, don't really have no real country.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened to that race there? It has a fragment and fall apart and kill itself.
That's
and
right.
That's why happened to black man, like I say in England every day, black man shoot black man.
Yep.
See?
Yep.
Now, when I say now, 450 years of slavery, right? We've been taught that racial integration was wrong.
Yes.
Because black man was devil.
He was too low.
And them things that write them in a book.
That's right.
See? Now, all of a sudden, racial integration is right in Europe. It is right in South Africa.
Yes.
It is right in Zaire. It is right out in the black country. But it is right in Europe.
Here in Europe, yeah.
So how is that so the whole African state them is racial segregation right? Till the people them fight for them freedom, enough man dead. And in Europe everybody wants racial integration with the same people who have sell a gun and bad drugs to kill with.
Yes.
I call them Red Cross and them stupidness there.
So, Bridget, you sound like one of the warriors now that would agree that if you're sleeping with someone outside a race, you're sleeping with the enemy. Not so much in terms of color, but because of what that race has done.
Yeah, well, yeah, Virgin, that is true because it's philosophy that makes people live together, you know.
Yes.
It's not really brick and mortar. It's philosophy. Now we have two opposing philosophy that been at war for over 2,000 years. You see? So how you going to sell out part of yourself to go incorporate a next man's system in your mind? And the same system will beat you down every day.
Every day. For real. For real. Well, Bridget, all the London town is hearing that, you know. And that's a very vital question. You know, how, why, or, you know, what, for what reason? Why would we adopt something where it's designed to fight us down and annihilate us?
Yeah. And then you pick it up and say you go and support it and set it up. Virgin, no matter which government run this so-called democracy,
yes,
it's one program them have. Them only change faces.
Yes.
Right? For fool the innocent. I felt I go on.
For real, Bridget.
So that's the black man at this time was just check themselves and find them destiny in this. Because me enough man come and I say, Africa no forgot. No worry about import food come out Europe.
Yeah.
Because you see something, so that's right. See, in our speech to the world, say, the nation that sell its food will always remain in poverty.
For real.
And now for how much years we've been selling Europe what raw materials, they've been paying with paper.
Yeah, peanuts and rubbish.
Peanuts and listen, right? We are selling raw material in a virgin.
Yeah.
The raw material must value more than paper. Paper can't reproduce itself.
That's right. That's right.
It can't when the Red Cross are selling food here to any warring country in Africa, you know. And some biscuit, you know, some Jacob cream crackers, you know.
Yeah.
And some dogwoods, you know.
That's right. And some dry salt.
See?
Yeah.
So, some bad product. Where they are rotting in a European food mountain where them no want, when them take from with them deep back to in some nasty way. All of the famine them were gone. A man make them famine there.
Yeah, because we got enough land space to grow food enough to feed ourselves.
Right.
For real.
Right.
But them can't go nothing because all Europe sell to Africa is gun, ammunition, and drugs. Now, while a youth might get a little drug addiction in the ghetto, and them can throw him in a mother house so I look after him, in Africa, I'm going to run while I bush. So when the Red Cross give them some injection and you see it on the TV, say, oh, they're helping them. They're dosing up with morphine and all kind of bad drugs, untreated drugs, man. I'm mad after people, them. And then for them is refugee because it's economically profitable for Europe to keep black man down.
For real, Bridging. For real. Well, the whole of London town heard that, Bridging, right? The whole of London town heard that. And I'll just to add, you know, just to ask you, at the end of the day, give us a piece of firm advice, you know, something that is going to big up the people and make them, you know, think, yeah, well, there is point, there is hope, we should continue. What do you see?
Well, what me I said first, the people them I know. Well, for fire, listen, creation on the earth have them own God.
Yes.
If you join the Indian, let me tell you, say, God name is Shiva.
Yeah.
Or Krishna.
Or Bangra, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, if you go join the Arab them,
yes.
They will tell you, say, them God name is Allah.
Yes.
And them not change, them not bow. If you join the European, it will tell you that him God name is Jesus Christ.
Yes.
Him not changing and I'm not bowing. Join the Chinaman, they will tell you, say, him God name is Buddha. Him not change and him not bow. Black man, find your God, your own God. If you don't know, not tell you, the name is Haile Selassie. The white man and 72 nations of this earth, bow and crown him King of Kings, Lord of Lords, 1930, the 2nd of November. See?
Okay.
I don't mean when I say them things, yeah.
Okay.
All of the prophets, them want to say no love. Bob Marley, Paul Vogel, Marcus Garvey, even Farrakhan telling of that.
Yes.
See, so we better find our own God, see, and serve him. And the dead in this, every nation of them God. And that is them pride, so we'll find it, yeah?
Okay, Bridging. Big up for that call there. Yeah? One love.
One love.
Yeah, London town, you're hearing it there from the Bridging out in the Brixton region. He's saying at the end of the day, we as a people need to find our own God and don't bother dealing with no one else's. See? Deal with our own. At the same time, what I'd like to say is on the Bob Marley tip, you know, as a mixed race brother, you know, there is a theory within the music industry that Bob Marley was actually put aside and put up, and that this Blackwell brother didn't want to deal with Peter Tosh and Bunny Wailer because they was too black and it was easier to market Bob. So give us a call and tell us what you got to say on that. It's still sticking on that mixed relationship. We're going to take this call. Remember, the live link number is 0958 504 906. Good afternoon. You're in tune to Genesis 91.6 FM. What's your name, please?
Hello, it's Danny from Brixton.
Yes, Bridging.
Okay, well, just talking about mixed relationships. Because I find them very confusing in myself. Not that I'm in one or ever will be, because I'm a real black man, so can't really diss my own race.
So what you're saying, Bridging, just that statement there, what you're saying then is that anyone that's not with their own is not a real black man.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, we'll carry on now.
Basically, to be with a white woman, you've got to adjust a certain part of your brain, because you've got to understand that woman for all she has, and she may be pretty beautiful, have white skin, but what you're saying is everything that you as a people have done to me and my people,
I will
just forget about, and not because of your pretty eyes. That's what they're dealing with. That's what they're saying. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So they say love is blind, and it's very true. But well, and one reason for the epidemic of black men and white women could be the fact that 40% of white men are gay. So maybe there's just a surplus of women. I'm not sure. If 40% of white men are gay, what's going to happen to the women? You know what I mean?
For real.
So I
a black man's gonna, well, young black men, they go out and white women fall all over them. I don't know why, but I even get it myself, white women coming up to me and shaking their booty and stuff, but I'm not on that.
Yes.
So I don't even bat an eyelid. I just polite refuse of them kind of things. Anyway, it doesn't matter how, so it doesn't really matter how, whether a person's good looking or ugly, whether they're black or white. Statistics is statistics. So if 40% of white men are gay, you know what I mean?
So there's a shortfall there within the white community then.
Yeah, there's just an oversupply of white women.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And so as a result, the white women now are turning to black men.
They're turning to any man.
Any
black man could be black, could be white, could be Indian.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? On the mixed relations things, the offspring of a mixed relation, right? I think they've got their own problems. We as black people got our problems.
Yes.
They've got even bigger problems.
Yes.
Which they have to overcome. So I don't really, I kind of put it away. But if you take it from the African original viewpoint, even the same as the Indian guy who was speaking earlier, the man is central, and when he takes a wife, he does exactly that. He takes a wife.
Yes.
So that woman is absorbed into him. If a man is from Cuba and he takes a wife from any area of the globe, he goes and takes that wife, and she is Cuban, and all their kids are Cuban.
Yeah.
Even if they got light skin or darker skin, they are Cuban. But for a woman to do the same, if she goes and marries a Scotsman in Scotland and has kids, whether they're light, dark, those kids are actually Scottish, because it's the man, and it's called land that they stand upon, is going to be his. Because it's like Scotland and the man is Scottish, so they are Scottish. You know what I mean? Women could be from Jamaica, it don't make no difference. Those children are Scottish. You've got to say the man is where it's defined from. If you have to put a pin on the globe, it's got to be where the man is from. That's where you're from. So all these mixed race people who think, oh, I'm half Jamaican, half Scottish, so basically where was I born? Halfway in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean or something? Not at all. You were born where your father is.
Yes.
That's the African way, the Indian way, every single way, except for these European ways that people just...
Hold on, Sir Bridging, hold on a sec. So, because, you know, I've heard this argument years ago, when people said they're black English, right? And it was based on the fact that they was born in England. I used to say, well, that's a load of garbage. Because if you take, for example, if you take, let's say, an African horse, and you bring that African horse to Spain, and that African horse and his partner that come from Africa both have children, even though the child was born in Spain, isn't that horse still African?
Yeah, it is, because it's genetics. Well, you use a horse, but I can't believe that's kind of funny. If it was a man like me, should I tell you something? Due to reasons beyond my control, I have never been to Africa.
Yes.
And I am African.
Yes.
But my DNA, my genetics, my genes
is still
all African.
That's right.
The only thing English about me is the way I speak and the way I was taught to think. And that's one thing I have to change by embracing my culture.
For real? Okay, Bridging, well, the older London town heard that.
Okay.
See? And boy, for all of those out there that even though you haven't been home, make sure you know, say that it's the, as you said, it's the genetics. It's the seed of that man and the seed of that woman is what makes you what you are, not necessarily where you're born. Yeah?
True.
All right, Bridging, thanks for that input there.
Okay, man.
And you keep it locked to Gen 1, all right?
Wicked.
Okay, one love. Yeah, London town, we've got the Daddy Coolie joining us in the house, and we're going to make him yas up and talk and say something just about now. Remember that live link number 0958 504 906. Daddy Coolie.
Yeah, good afternoon, London town. Taking in what's been going on this afternoon and passing through on the studio, I've got to say large up to the Commissioner. And the fundamental reason that has come about on the afternoon's talking is not so much the black and white and the mixed business, you know, we're talking about the mixed business, but what the main argument that's come out is that people are saying that you take it from the man or you take it from the cultural aspect side of things. Now, this is a thing with me now, is that if you have no culture and if you go with the next person that has no culture, what does the child have? Okay, if you're confused within yourself about your culture and your awareness of who you are, and then you go to a next race that is just as confused and just as, you know what I mean, we're lost, right? Then what happens to your child? Now, the Indians, or whether it's religion or Muslim, even the Jews, you see, if you marry into their cultures, the other half, the missus, has to take on the other person's culture. They have no choice in it. They can't say, well, I'll marry you and we'll decide what goes along. For that unification, you have to take on that culture. So if it's Muslim, you have to become a Muslim. If you're going to be a Jew, you have to become a Jew. When we as black people mix with white people, what do? We just go along. Whatever happens, ever happens, no direction. Okay? So if we find our culture and have our culture and we have an instilled awareness about ourselves, then we can pass that on to our children, and our children won't be confused, because there's no confusion in it. Because if you find that you want to go out and married to a white woman, or be with a white woman, or be with somebody else of color, yeah, then that's okay, because you have your culture, and that person has to take on your culture and your identity. So your children have your color and your identity. If you have no identity and have no color, when you mix, that child has nothing. It's even worse, because it's looking left and right and don't know where it's going. So that's what we got to find out, about our own awareness. Our own awareness and our own culture, so we can instill and embody some strength into our children instead of confusion. And even black on black marriages and black on black people are instilling confusion in our children today. And that's what it's about. We are instilling confusion in our children because we are not aware of what we are. We're just going along with it.
Hello?
Hello, good afternoon.
One moment, please. Yeah, brethren, I hear that it was about the mixed relationship thing. But the thing is, though, right, is that what I've been trying to understand is how people think that by us mixing out as a people, we can go and progress our people or advance in any way whatsoever. And what is it that we're doing with other people that we feel that we can't do with ourselves? And the thing is, I try to talk to my niece and nephews and the rest of them, and I go to them, look, when you look at a Caucasoid, do you see yourself? You understand? And they said to me, no. I goes, when you see a black man and a black woman, do you see yourself? And they said, yes. So I said to them, that's the reason why you need to relate to yourself. You need to relate to your own people, because we have to understand ourselves. And in respect, and in retrospect to what that Muslim brother said before about you can mix with anybody. In fact, the Quran says this. It goes that I divided you into tribes and nations that you may know yourself. You understand? And then to add further to that, there's a part in the Quran that says that he made two of a kind, male and female, so that they should reproduce after their kind. And in all nature, we can see this as a lesson, because if you look to the lions, you can see the lions only procreate with their own kind. That's why you've got Chinese people, Indian people, white people. You understand? If God wanted us to all be the same, why didn't he make us the same? You understand? God is not ignorant of what he does. You understand? And we can't consider that God is ignorant, and at any time we refuse to mix with somebody outside of our own race, that we're ignorant, and it's racism. You understand? Because we have a right to go and procreate after our own kind, to perpetuate ourselves into the future, instead of formulating some bastard race that nobody can find the origin of. You understand? Because if you check, it goes this way, that way. Oh, the excuse is that we are all human beings. You understand? But I require an identity, because I need to know who and what I am, where I come from, and where I can build to. You understand? And for these reasons, I don't agree or support those mixed relationship teams. Understand? Because, there's some Indian people I consider black anyway, because they're Deridians. They were black people that moved and migrated to India a long time ago. You understand? They're black anyway. Whether they want to deny it and admit it or not, they are. Deridians are black Indians. I mean, some of them migrated from Ethiopia and other places in Africa. But Caucasoids, they're not. I don't see, when I look at Caucasoid man, I don't see myself. When I see a black man, I see myself. my own burden to deal with at the moment. I can't go and lift up the planet at the moment. I have to deal with who and what I am and my own situation. Maybe when...
All right. So I'm going to cut you here now, right? Okay, now we go back to the stage, right? And we mentioned this God, yeah? We mentioned about God, and we say he made the animals. The lions don't mix, the hyenas don't mix.
Right? More nature, innit?
More nature don't mix, right? Then, if he made this plan so strong, right? Then it's his fault with the situation that we're in now, then, isn't it?
It was, sorry?
It's his fault that the situation that we're in now.
I don't know. I think I missed that piece.
I missed that something there because, like I'm saying, like he's instilled in the lions, and he's instilled in the animals that they've got to stick together, right? So how comes he didn't instill that into us?
Because he gave us free will.
He gave us free will. So then man is not a colour, then, is it?
Man is what?
Mankind doesn't have a colour, then.
Of course he does, because it was the fact that we are.
Did free will take away the colour, then?
Sorry?
Did free will take away our colour?
Can free will take away our colour?
Did free will take away our colour?
Put it this way, right? We got primal racial forces that are moving within us that define that steer us. That's why there are things that I could say to you as a black man that you automatically could relate to. You understand? But a white man couldn't relate to. You understand? Because we have primal forces, primal minds that deal with our internal natures. You understand? Right. And for that reason, why we have to deal with our own psyche. We have to deal with who we are, what we are as a people. You understand? And we do have free will. We have the free will to choose between good and evil. You understand? And the only distinction we have between these two is knowledge. You understand? And we don't therefore have the faculty to go and pretend, for instance, that we should go and say mix ourselves until we no longer are able to recognize our descendancy as what we were. You understand? Because that is not honouring, for instance, our ancestors. It's not, for instance, the propagation or the progression of your own kind. Because we need to go and see our own image on earth and prolong it into the future.
Okay. Right. Now, see, like on this the mixture and race business now. Now, you know, like in the history of past of things, you had the Romans and you had the Saxons and such and such a thing, right? And they followed different gods.
Yeah.
Right, and then there was this upsurgence of the Roman Catholic religion.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to ask you this question. Was the Roman Catholic religion basically a black religion?
Was Catholicism originally a black religion?
Yeah.
I understand there was some black priests, but I don't... I believe that there's traditions in Africa that are similar to that, but I wouldn't actually say that it's a black religion. It's become known widely as a white religion, even though that you have a large population in Africa that practice Catholicism.
Okay, because this is one thing that I want to understand now, because there's a lot of talk that now that Jesus was black, yeah.
Well, obviously he is, because
he is right. Then okay, then if Jesus was black, then Jesus was not the mentor for the Roman Catholic religion.
Was he even for the Roman Catholic religion? He never preached that. He never preached that.
He never preached that?
He never preached that.
Okay, because, well, from my understanding, from, like, going to school and coming up now, the Romans believed that Caesar was God, yeah?
Yes.
And they crucified Jesus, and then there was this upsurgence of the Roman Catholic religion. And that's why it used to be a Christian and Catholic religion, and then the Romans took it over and it became Roman Catholic.
Hold on. Sorry, brother. Listen to this, right?
Yeah.
You had various people that was investigating. I think in 5 AD. I think after the period about 100 years after the birth of Christ. I'm sorry, the death of Christ. You had various people going into Israel and around Greece. Investigating Christianity. Catholicism was not always around there. You understand? Because I understand that the Ethiopic Coptic Church was there before the Catholics, and also they have various scripts, and I understand also that some of their scripts are not accurate translations, because obviously they wanted to adapt it to their mode of thinking.
Right.
So, and don't forget, some of the scriptures had at the advent of slavery, it had certain translations that were incorporated into it. I wouldn't actually call it an accurate assessment of actually those times and periods, but I do say that there are a lot of relevant truths there, but also some of them are added. You understand?
Yeah.
So, Catholicism, I wouldn't actually go and call it God's religion. You know
okay. Now, see, these is as a youth that grew up in and was taught these things at school now. You see what I'm saying now? This is what leads to some of the confusion now, because now there's a different talking, and it said that we've missed out certain scriptures and certain this, and that Jesus black. Because remember now, if you went through the system, now you was taught that he was a white person, you see, and Roman Catholic is a white religion.
Well, you can read the book of Revelations, right? The book of Revelations tells you straight away. They says that, I think in First Genesis, that what's it, that he had hair like wool, white as wool, eyes like fire, and a voice that spoke with must like sound of many waters, and he had feet like fine brass when it is burnt.
Right.
Now, that is a description of only one kind of person upon the face of the earth. That is an indescribable, that's not indescribable. That is only one kind of person that can be attributed to. You understand? And that is definitely not Caucasoid. You understand? Because Caucasoid don't have hair white like wool. And when they have eyes of fire, nor do they have feet, fine feet, they must feet like fine brass when it is burnt. You understand? These are attributes attributed only to a specific type of people, which we are of. Yeah, this is not talking about black supremacy. This is talking about facts.
Okay.
Just facts.
Right. Now, see now, like you're talking about Caucasoid, yeah?
Yeah.
Right. Can you define that out to see London town now? Because we do have a lot of people that listen and do know these things, right? But then there are people that, the big words that are thrown like Caucasoid and that, it's lost them,
Well, I think the original word of Caucasoid, I think, is a derivative from the Caucasoid mountains of, I think it's between the Black Sea, and them areas there. And I think it's because of their skin tone. They were called from those regions Caucasian, Caucasoid,
right.
And they migrated further north. And what the actual word, the actual derivative, how the word was built up, and etc. I don't know about.
Right.
But I understand that they migrated. It was the same. There's a word that was called the Caucasus Mountains near the Black Sea, near the Caspian Sea, between the Black and the Caspian Sea, and I understand that it was attributed to a specific type of people, that were white in complexion, and they migrated north, and they had a certain lifestyle that was different to other people.
So, okay, they're the lifestyle, but they never had no culture.
Not as we defined culture.
Right. This is what I'm trying to get around to now. You see, because see what I'm saying now with the Roman, Jesus was a black man, yeah. And now they took this culture, or our original culture, yeah, and changed it and turned it into their most powerful weapon.
Of course, but you must remember, right, that one of the attributing factors of the Roman Empire, which is also inclusive of part of the New World Order, is that they should be inclusive of the belief systems of other people. If you notice that some of the Catholicism practice these days is that they integrate the local beliefs of other people so that they should be so people could relate to it according to their own beliefs. You understand? For instance, like you might find in say among the for instance, like if you went in Africa, you find among the traditional beliefs, you might find that Christianity as it is would be completely might be completely contradiction to Christianity as it's propagated. So what they do, they compromise along the way so that the people can relate to it according to how they themselves view themselves and their own belief systems. So, and they did it in among Zeus and etc. So that they could incorporate, like for instance, the old Roman beliefs about Zeus and their other gods, and they needed to get the people to conform to it. So they refer to these people now as saints.
Right.
You understand? And among the Greeks they did the same, and the Germans and etc. And they went right into Britain doing the same thing. You understand? Now that is what they're basically doing again. In the New World Order stuff is like they're incorporating everybody's belief system into it, so that everybody should appear to be reflecting their own opinions in it, so that people more or less will accept it without question.
So to get away from that now, we've got to start again and get to the right, real, proper beliefs and get
all we have to do is to reclaim our culture.
Reclaim our culture, yeah?
Reclaim it, and because we need to go and assert ourselves on certain levels, because we need representation on many grounds. We need it to go and represent ourselves politically, socially, in terms of with local government, etc. And we need to represent ourselves with the media. We need to go and establish economics. We need to go and affirm the black family, and re-identify with our black culture in order that we should be so that we should when it comes
comes to the global village, we should have our own representation, and we shouldn't let other people try to pretend that they're representing us, because what they say, who feels it knows it. We know it because we've been through it for 400 years, and I'm not struggling for 400 years to go and put aside the struggle of my people for gender struggle, for feminism, or homosexuality, or such like, because I've seen that these people are trying to debunk our struggle for theirs. I'm not doing it. You know what I mean? And I don't consider nobody above, I don't consider no gender above their people. You understand? You're a part of it. You're not above it. You understand? So, in our struggle for our freedom as people, and also to remain as black people, I'm not going to put these people above, or saying that, well, I'm going to give up my struggle for their struggle. You understand? I'm not doing it.
Okay.
You understand? So.
Respect, blood. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Paul Peckham.
Thanks, Paul.
Yeah,
right now, see, when I go back, I'm gonna listen to this tape and checking some of the reasoning that you've been giving me today. Still, yeah.
Fullness, brother.
Respect, yeah.
All right, my brother.
One love.
Bye.
Yeah, London Town, we're hearing it out, 09585049006. And remember what we're dealing with. Thanks there, Brother Paul, for your input, and thanks for that breakdown as well. I wanted to say something about that, but remember, London Town, we are talking about the West Indies being cut out of the food trading industry within the West. You know, America, as you heard one of the bridges say, America was down in Barbados Thursday gone, and they're implementing some plans to make it harder to sell products to us here, okay? We're also talking about the black and white issue and the mixed relationships. Is it worthwhile? Is it a thing that is needed in our community? Is it a thing that is detrimental or harming our community? Now, we haven't heard from none of the cisgens yet that's dealing with the black men, so give us a call. We're going to take this call. Good morning, you're in tune to Genesis 91.6 FM. What's your name, please, and from where are you calling?
Yeah, good morning, Genesis.
Good morning.
My name is Peace, yeah?
Yeah.
I phoned earlier on, and you said Keith. It's not Keith, it's Peace. I agree to it.
Peace,
man.
Peace. Okay.
Yeah?
All right, Bridget.
As Jesus said, I said the same thing.
What,
yeah?
the last caller?
Right, so you see the car brother just finished just now, right?
Yes.
Now, those are the kind of structure and a few people have been listening phone in, yeah? That we have to deal with. We can exclude white people, right?
Yes.
From whatever, because, you see, if you have a light, the Almighty can see the light. If you look, one brother phone earlier on and say, you look upon a black daughter, you can see yourself.
Yes.
Yeah? Well, yeah. And she's supposed to scan to herself, because if the light is within there and you don't do that light, then you're supposed to do that. But likewise also, you know, you see, you can look on a white person also and can see a light, you know, distinctive light, same as yours.
A light that relates to you, Bridget.
A light that relates to you. You understand?
How'd you work that out, Bridget?
Let me show you something now, right?
Okay.
You can look on some black woman as well as some black man, you know. And you can't see no light, you know.
Yeah, I hear that.
Them is Allah.
Yeah.
Them is Allah.
Yeah, Bridget, I hear that, but at the same time, you have to take into account Willie Lynch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what, exactly. And earlier I made a talk about that thing about Bob and mixed marriage and all them sort of thing, right?
Yes.
Now let me show you something, right? You never say no. This is all I want to know. Leave him alone. Don't say nothing because you see him now.
Turn your radio down a little bit, Bridget. I'm just getting some feedback in there.
Yeah. So now I say no, irrespective of who him was, that he was a mixed marriage as them call him, yes?
Yes.
Now, you see, in the eyes of the Almighty, you know,
yes,
anybody who him choose, you know, them could talk and tell, you see, when them gone and all nation wipe out the face of the earth, all his family, his mother, his children, and his children after him, without end, he will still remain. So it's not a matter of him say a black and white thing. Yes, the black, because in your own house, you know, you have an enemy within your own house.
Yes.
You understand? So you have to know that when I want to talk of sleeping with the enemy, you have to understand that what you mean by that.
Okay.
You see, because you don't necessarily mean because you live with a white woman, you know, so you sleep with the enemy. Because you understand, you sleep right now, you are sleeping with the enemy.
Yeah, Bridget, I hear that. But as I said to you,
I'm sleeping with the enemy, but I'm not an enemy.
Bridget, I hear that, right? But as I said to you, there is a train of thought that says if a black man or a black woman is with a Caucasian, a white partner, then do they really know their self? Do they know their culture? Do they, are they ignoring their culture entirely?
No. What is yourself? If you lose yourself, right, that means you're no longer yourself. You're just an image, just walking around. Yeah?
No, I don't agree with that. I'm hearing you.
That applies to all, whether black or white.
I don't agree with that.
You see, if you did lose yourself, right, your subject of today would not about
Bridging, there are fundamental differences between every race on the earth. Fundamental differences that should not be ignored.
So what make a human being a human being?
Well, as you heard, if you heard one of the Bridging that phoned up earlier on, a few calls ago, he said one of the things like with the Caucasians then is the sun is like it's become like an enemy to them. The sun is very detrimental to them. Now that is one of the fundamental differences between us and them.
True. It's also in the black as well. The sun to some black, is detrimental to some black as well.
Oh boy.
And there's a reason for this also.
Okay.
But you have to understand about the Roman and that now. Remember Cain?
Yes.
Alright, it's written in the book, right? And so he set a mark upon them, right? And so no one shall and the Roman of the earth.
Yes.
So no one should kill him.
Yes.
And so in time, I myself, I will destroy him and his kind, and any of Israel that join on to them.
Yes.
You understand? So, the point is, my friend.
So then, Bridging, according to that book that you just quoted from, then, right? Anyone that joins up themselves with them shall be what? Yes.
That means if the black join up himself against the next black to be himself a brother black, like them did them to Joseph, the 12 brother, yes?
Yeah.
Aye. Right? Now some of them same brother, join on to them like a brother who was Cain, coming from Cain and Abel.
Okay.
So we have to understand what we are doing about sleeping with the enemy man.
Okay.
Because you can't do with the same black man, same black brother, right? And your enemy, same black woman, and your enemy same way.
Yeah, that's the true world.
It's nothing to do with color.
Right, hold on there, peace.
Yeah.
So what you're directly saying then is, if the person you're with doesn't have no culture or know their culture, they could be your enemy.
No. Listen. And that's what I'm saying.
So what do you define as the enemy then?
Listen. The enemy, right, is that enemy, that wicked man, the one that it cursed the Almighty.
The enemy who cursed the Almighty?
Yes.
So it's got nothing to do with man and man. It's whoever curses God is the enemy.
It's the man himself, yeah. Right. Maybe white man, black man, or green man.
From he curses God Almighty, he's your enemy, yeah?
Of course he's the enemy.
Right, okay. So that's what the emphasis that you're getting through to, yeah?
Are the same enemy,
Right.
Crucify Jesus,
Okay.
Yeah,
I just want to know what the emphasis of what you're dealing with. So it's whoever is against God is the enemy. So if you're with somebody who's not with God, that's the enemy. Okay.
So the same enemy that crucified Jesus, because when the people, when the man said, what you know, find out, give like this man, the elder them who was still one of Jesus as well,
Okay.
They say crucify, Caesar friend. The one with them called Caesar is the same one that called Satan or Lucifer. You understand? Them is the same one where them bow down to another wilderness.
All right.
You see? So, you see, you have black people and you have white people. The white come from the black, yes? Mm-hmm. Right? Because you're white, but you don't know that.
Okay, so at the end of the day, we're all humans, and it's the ones who do not have God in them or believe in God, that's the enemy.
That's the enemy. Okay, the enemy.
All right, then.
The same one who said crucify him.
Yeah, but Bridging. Which God?
We
God, it's only one God, man.
Yeah, Bridging, hold on 1 second, You have parts of Africa, okay, where they have more than one God. Now, are you saying that them people as well is the enemy?
Well, all them would not have more than one God. All of them and their God will be brought down for all time, wipe out, completely destroy. Their and their legions.
Okay, Bridging, London Town's heard that loud and clear. Brother, peace, one love.
And tell them that justice up.
All right, justice all from Brother Peace. You hear that, London Town? Yes, Bridging. London Town, we're going to take a little ad break, and I'm going to tell you, don't forget African Liberation Day, the 26th of May, 97, 12 to 8 p.m. at the Lambeth Town Hall, Brixton, that's Acre Lane, Southwest 2. The theme of the day shall be youth and students, arm the people with revolutionary ideology and organization.
Okay, and do remember there is X amount of African liberation things going on this bank holiday coming up, right? There's African Liberation Day in Birmingham, and that's on the 25th to the 26th, 97, and the venue is the Holyhead School and Leisure Centre, Florence Road, Handsworth in Birmingham, okay? There's one at Acre Lane at the Lambeth Town Hall, but there's also one down at the, I'm going to get the information on that. There's at, the north side of town, okay? Right, so remember, it's Black Liberation Day on the 26th of May, right? We also have the Black Awareness Day, and this is at the Moonshot Community Centre. And if you can't get to one, go to the other. Find out, go to anywhere you can to find something for yourself, okay? And look into it for yourself. Now, if you want to take it in or not, it's up to you, but, you know, it's time to research and find your culture, okay? Good afternoon, Genesis. I'm Ricky. No, this is Coolie, but you want to speak to Ricky?
Yeah.
Good afternoon, sis. What's your name? Where you calling from, please?
I won't give out my name because I think what I'm going to say is quite controversial.
Okay.
I'm concerned.
Anyway,
concerning mixed race marriages, or mixed race relationships.
Yes.
I think there are three reasons why some brothers and some sisters crossing over to the other side.
Okay, name them for me.
All right then. One is money.
One's money.
Two is sex.
Sex.
And the third one is that some brothers and sisters have this weird idea that pretty hair or straight or wavy hair.
Yeah.
And thinking the fact that she's speaking on the European features, are more attractive than speaking the fact that she's speaking.
So we could call the third one self-denial.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Now, with the money too, a lot of sisters are tired of carrying some brothers.
A lot of sisters are tired of carrying some brothers. No, carry on, sis. Yeah, I've heard this, so carry on.
Okay, because I'll give you an example. You've got a white woman at work who's pregnant and you're expecting her baby.
Yes.
You go over to maternity leave, and the person everybody looking up is, when you're coming back, 9 times out of 10 that white woman says, no, I'm going to stay at home, raise my children with my husband.
Yes.
After 6 now, this is back, it's 8, 6 weeks and 6 months. Running up and down, nursery, childminder, because you haven't got that support, you know.
Yeah.
The brothers are forgiving her. For her to stay at home and look after those children, and build up those relationships with those children.
Okay.
That's what I mean.
Okay. So you think that's one of the greatest problems for...
The reason why there are moving that, why the sisters are going that way. With the brothers now, a lot of it is perspective. The black women have boundaries which we don't cross. Right?
Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Yes.
Blah, blah, blah.
You're not having it.
No, you're not doing it.
Okay.
So you understand? For whatever reason, I'm not saying that those sisters don't. I mean, some sisters do, yes, you know. But a lot of sisters don't. I'm not into that. I'm not into that certainly. I'm not into all of that. So the brothers go, well, if a white woman's into it, or some white woman into it, someone else is there.
Yeah.
You understand?
For real. So tell me something now, from the men's point of view then. Is that something, in your own experience, without, you know, trying to put you in a situation, is that something that you must know enough black men, seen. Now, is that something that's normal within black men, that, you know, this 3 in a bed, 4 in a bed, and different kind of, you know, sexual acts? Is that something that is normal within us as a community?
No.
So that... Yes.
You know, that man should go with women, that man and man shouldn't go with women is wrong, it's abomination to God.
Yes.
You know, we want with the spiritual worldview of what is right and what
is wrong. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The idea of a black man marrying a female, you can't do it.
Yeah.
What people do, you know, they understand. They're only glad we married a female, so we love each other.
That's right.
You know, but we don't do those things. Our people that told us.
Mm-hmm.
But we have to. It was something that was unspoken, but we knew that it was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Now, a lot of us, with a lot of brothers and some sisters, I should say a lot, I should say some brothers, have lost that spiritual worldview.
Mm-hmm.
And so basically, they're looking for cheap gratification. And I want it now, and that's what I do.
So they're picking up, in effect, they're actually picking up someone else's culture.
Yeah,
okay, hold on a sec. Brother Coolie wants to say something.
Okay, on that statement there right now, Commissioner was asking earlier on, okay, one of our forefront runners in the black awareness was the Rastafari religion, yeah? They was the first ones to tell us about our culture and be proud of our blackness, yeah? Then why does so much of those who got so much of the knowledge and the culture go out with white women? What are they trying to do then?
Well, again, it's money, okay, respect. And basically, as I said, some people have a form of self-hatred. You see, there's one thing actually speaks louder than words. There's no point in a Rasta or a dread or whatever standing up and saying black power, this and that, and in the same action, that doing something completely different. You understand? I don't judge them on their words, I judge them on their actions. And I don't care what the rest of them say. If you can't fulfill that in his actions, then what he's saying is worthless. And he doesn't. It's absolute crap. Sorry. You know, so I don't care what they say. I don't care what they preach. If they can't fulfill it through their actions, then it's worthless. So as far as I'm concerned, you know, all these drugs, and I don't think there are two Russes anyway. It's two Russes. In Africa, I'm in Africa. We have people, we have children that are born with their hair naturally locked. I know it's hard to believe, and not all the things are going to say what, but it is true. We have a name for that, I can't remember the name, but there are, and we call what they know, the word that they call is aloe vera, which is prophets of God.
Yes.
I mean, and that's how, this is why a lot of Africans, when we used to do Rastafarians and our parents' education, we despise them because we thought, well, you know, we don't even have people born with their hair like that.
Yeah, we thought that was nasty. Yeah, there was a lot, and at the same time...
But we thought they were humanity.
Yes.
They're not respected. You know, they won't show a bit of respect because, you know, we do cut the child hair at an early age when it's like that. And, you know, the doctor said we just cut the hair off and tuck it away. So the spiritual, I mean, parents have to starve, pray, you know, that this person you tell is doing like that. Very much to fulfill his expectations.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
Now, going back to his relationship with children now. This person is a victim of, I mean, I'll give you an example. If you look at the care system and look at the number of mixed in the care system.
They're filling it up, innit?
Yeah. Some people coming up. Some black men and women can't see it themselves in their backers. Some people feel that something's wrong.
For real?
Why is it all of a sudden that when those white women have the white babies?
Yes.
You know, it's the code. When you see it with a black man, you can't put it in the baby. That's the child in the care system. That's the person that's the baby. You know. That should tell somebody or tell us as a people that something is wrong.
Yeah.
You understand? That's all I wanted to say.
Okay, sis. Thanks very much for that input there. Yeah, London Town boys, sorry about that. We had a little bit of problem with the phone, but we're back on track now and think. Did you hear what the cisgen said? All of you black people, men and women that's out there with partners, the cisgen said it's money, one of the reasons why you're with them. Sex is another reason. And self-denial or self-hatred is another reason. What have you got to say? Give us a call and let us know. Good afternoon, you're in tune to Genesis 91.6 FM. What's your name and where you're calling from, please?
Rastafari.
One Love. Yeah, we just lost that call, London Town. I believe that's one of our DJs. If you'd like to phone again, Bridging, try and get through. London Town, the number is 09585049906. The cisgen also said, the children shall not be blamed. Don't blame the children, because the children are innocent bystanders in a situation. So this goes out to all of the mixed race children. Don't blame them, you know, just talk to them and help them. Good afternoon, you're in tune to Genesis 91.6 FM.
Hello, this is Michael again.
Yes, Bridget.
Yeah, I just want to make a point. First and foremost, the black woman wasn't carrying the black man. I don't know the only black woman that carried me is my mum.
Sorry, the black woman don't take care of the black man.
Yeah, what do you mean by carrying the black man?
Come on, Mikey, man. Look how much black woman, right? They. No, hold on. Mikey, hold on.
I'm still getting killed.
Bridging, hold on a sec. Bridging,
not disrespect, man. I just want to make a quick point.
Yeah, I hear that, Bridging, but let me answer.
Sometimes the suffering of the brothers is always getting overlooked, right? Because what's some of the things the sisters are going through. Fair enough, I'm not knocking it.
Yeah.
Right? But you got to give due recognition, right?
Yes.
A lot of brothers are locked away and thrown in prison. The black man is more of a threat to the system than the black woman.
Yes.
Because if you don't believe me, right, check it out.
I believe you. You know, I believe you. I know that for a fact.
Sorry to cut you. I'm going to give you an example.
Yes.
I was watching a wildlife program. This is all related. I'm going to make a point. Right? I was watching a wildlife program one time, and I saw how these hyenas were chasing these female lionesses around in the bush.
Yes.
Right? And then I saw how one of them went to approach a male lion. And when the hyena went to approach the male lion just gave it one paw, right, and just tore it to pieces.
Yes.
Now, what I'm showing you, some of the liberties they'll do to the females, they can't do it to the brothers, because that's exactly what will happen to a lot of people from this society. Right? And furthermore, making the point is this, right? A lot of them now are willing to they've become just as much an enemy to a lot of the brothers as the white people are. And I'm not saying that any brothers were enemies to their own people neither, right? Furthermore, right? A lot of these women saying that it's for sex. So hold on. She told me no black women have fantasies about white men. You're telling me that? And anyone tell me that, I call them a lie to their face. You understand what I'm saying to you? Because what I remember from us at school, right? There was a lot of them had fixations about white boys. So they can't come and tell me that about it's just the black ones only liking the white one for sex. Some brothers come and tell me, say sometimes when they're in trouble, they don't see the sister there. Where is the sister? She ain't there. She don't have his back.
Yes.
You understand? So if you don't believe me, I can show you brothers will come and tell you that.
Yes. I hear that, Bridging, but at the same time I can show you...
I'm not saying...
Whoa, Mikey. I heard what you said, but at the same time now, I'm going to defend the sisters, and I'm going to say...
I'm not dissing the sisters.
No, I'm not saying that you are. I'm not saying you are. I'm not saying you are.
They think the society can also help them think better than their own people.
Okay, but Bridging, if you...
I'm not crying down. If you heard me earlier...
Mikey, man. Listen a second. If you heard what the cisgen said, right? She said, number one, the culture that we're coming from, the way how it was when we was growing up, there's certain things that we wasn't exposed to, certain things we was told from a spiritual point of view is wrong. Alright, so a lot of us grew up with them kind of attitudes. Number two, for the bridgings them that says, well, the black sisters don't defend their back. And I've even heard black men say that the black women are too hard to get on with. See? Now, I would say...
I acknowledge everybody has their pain, right? Everybody has their own hardship and problems.
Yes.
I'm not dissing that.
Yes.
But what I'm saying is, another argument, another president of mine is making is this. A lot of the women were taught to hero worship the white man.
Yes.
There's a lot of black people in general were.
Yes.
Right? I'm going to tell you this now, right? I've heard a lot of black women say black men are whiteness, black men are this,
that's the truth. That's the truth.
I've heard this argument, right?
That's the truth.
And again, first and foremost, I get tired of hearing it.
Of hearing that same argument.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, sometimes if you see how brothers how hard it is for a brother to get food, you know it's easier for a black woman to get through the economic system.
Of course.
For a brother.
Of course.
And you think I'm lying?
Of course it is.
Right? Because she's less of a threat to it. And some of them will eventually turn on their own people. You understand? Look, I'll give you an example. Look how many celebrities, right?
I'm married to white.
I've climbed the economic ladder. I'm not going to call names, but I'm just going to make a point. All right? And I'm no longer with their own people. All right? Well, this has been emphasized time and time again.
Yes.
And some of them consider themselves a part of their own race no more.
For real.
The other day, Whoopi Goldberg, she heard this remark passed by the actress Whoopi Goldberg saying she doesn't even see herself as African American, just American.
Yeah.
Right? Totally disassociated from one's own culture and heritage, right?
Boy, well, I hear that, Bridget, and that's some very positive and strong statements there.
You understand what I'm saying to you? I'm not saying, listen, I'm going to say it again. I'm not saying the sisters don't have their problems.
Yes.
I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying that a lot of them, right, are dissing the people.
Yes.
Right? Just as some men are.
The women are doing it as well.
I don't want it to make it look, I don't want someone to come and make it look as if all the brothers are dissing their people.
Yes.
That's not the case.
Yes. Okay, Bridget, thanks for that call, Mikey.
All right.
See?
Bye.
Well, love. Yeah, London Town, you're hearing it there from a brother that's very passionate about it. And he's saying, you women, you know, a lot of the times you're not there for the men, you know, and a lot of you, we are in a society where it's easier for a woman to get ahead than it is for a man, particularly a black woman, all right? And Brother Mikey's saying there that the women, there's a lot of our women that's setting us out and turn their back on us and think that they're better than us when they get into a certain position. What do you all think of that? Remember 0958504906.
Yeah, but in the end of the day, it's about the system. It's what the system's done. It's not about our brothers and our sisters. It's what the system has done to them. If the system puts you on a pedestal because of your lighter colour of your skin, or they put you on a pedestal because you're a woman and not a man, then they're setting us against each other, okay? That's what's happening. They're setting sisters against the brothers, or the brothers against the sisters, the lighter skin against the dark.
I'm still standing and saying, yeah, the niggas gonna fall.
Brothers against the
niggas gonna fall and chat rubbish. Don't really know
sisters against the brothers, or the brothers against the sisters, the lighter skin against the darker skin. And this is what we've got to come to terms with, to understand. And our sisters out there, when they're in their better jobs, and even our black brothers when they're in their better jobs, they got to look at it and say, what is really happening? You know what I mean? What is really happening? Where are we going? Are they really succeeding, or are they, what's the word, underseeding? Hello, Genesis.
Yeah, hello.
Hello.
Yeah, I agree with you still about the system, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
It's, well, me myself, I call them people who like whitewash, yeah? Black brothers, black sisters, at the end of the day, is no different. They're in the system, and it just gets to them. Me as a black sister, I find it hard to get on with them white, yeah? Because when I laugh with them, when I talk with them, it's fake.
Okay,
yeah,
can I just get your name, please, and where you're calling from before you carry on?
Jackie from New Cross, yeah?
Hi, Jackie, how are you?
Yeah? My vibe is fake towards them, yeah? I don't wake up in the morning and say to myself, boy, I'm just any white person what comes along, who I know. But at the end of the day, my vibes ain't with them, their vibes are not with mine. So for me to mix my seeds with a white man, that's just madness. Mm-hmm. Yeah? I don't agree with that at all. Yeah? The black boys on the road these days, they see a black Christian, they're looking at them with enough hate. Yeah, and I want to know why that they're looking at the black Christians with enough hate.
Okay,
yeah,
I'm Jackie. I had a caller on the other line, right? And he said to me, you know, in the olden days, yeah, we used to have we didn't have our culture, we had our music. So we associated with each other. We associated for our music. So we went to our parties and our blues, and it was black on black, yeah. Now the music is orientated for mixed cultures. Everybody's in there, the garage, the house. It doesn't matter what color you are. You just go there to have a good time, and what comes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The music has broken down, has a lot of broken down the barriers of in the racialism or the black and white. The music has like gelled us together and accepted it, you know what I mean? And even like with a pop star, if there's a white group that have a black face in there or vice versa, you know?
But that's just a front. At the end of the day, that's just a front. Because what that is doing, that ain't even bringing our race together. That's just separating us even more. Yeah, the music, I'm not even into them jungle music and this and that anyway. That don't appeal to me, don't give me no vibes whatsoever, yeah?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, they know what they do with the music industry, everything, yeah? It mash up the black people, right? And the black sisters of today, yeah, they think they're so high and mighty when they get in their position, yeah? With these so-called white people, yeah? They look down at you, even as your own black sister. You can't even talk to them kind of people. You know, I'm not even sure if they're listening to this program. Even if you say anything to do with black, it's like they're looking at you like if you cannot talk.
You know, I tell you what, one of the things about it, what I find with the sisters here, or even with some of the brothers, you see, when we're talking about these situations here, they think that we're actually attacking them, but we're not.
What I'm saying to you.
We're not attacking them, we're trying to make them aware of what the situation that they're in, and they can't see it. They just say, nah, you're this, you're that, you know what I mean? We've got the problem, you know what I mean? But
well, that's what I'm saying to you. They're saying that we've got the problem, but they're failing to look beyond the system what we're in. Their mind is just blocked. When they see you as a black face on the street, their mind's blocked. I've been in situations where it's just true I'm redskin, and next redskin sister will come and talk fart to me. I have to say fart because what she's talking there, she just believes true I'm red. My vibe is totally white. But when people hear me talking, it's a different thing. But I'm just saying, don't judge me how I look.
Yeah.
Don't judge me and think, well, true, I'm redskin, like I'm going to be talking against my people. I'm all for my people. I've got a black husband, I've got 2 black youths, and I'm just, that's my vibe. And I cannot teach my youth any other thing than for what I know. But it won't be negativeness, and the way I see it, who don't like it, bite it. At the end of the day, because the system's there to mash us up, and they're just failing to see what's going on anyway.
I think all you get there is a lot of, you know, to be accepted. People are taking on these different walks in life, and they keep judging you on your skin color. Because I've had dark brothers come up to me, and are more white-minded than me. You know what I mean? And they hold a conversation. I have to look at these brothers and they say, yo, Star, what you dealing with? You get me? You know what I mean? Downgrading black people. They think because I'm redskin, they can hold that. They automatically assume they can hold that conversation with me, and they fall into the biggest pit. You get me? And my attitude is like what you said before. You know, I have to work with them, talk with them, but I don't have to. After I finish work, I don't have to mix with them. You know what I mean? My association outside is completely different. You get me? And that they have to, you know, socializing or not socializing, workatizing with them, you know, not socializing, because I socialize different, you get me? And I talk to people that talk to me. I can disassociate with black people that treat me bad, and I can disassociate with white people that treat me bad. But when I'm out of my working criteria, I choose who I choose to be with, and I don't choose to mix with them.
No, and I don't choose to mix with them neither, and it's not in what that's just my vibe, that's my inner feeling, my inner spirit, and no one can take that away from me.
Right.
If I'm out, let me give you an example. If I'm at the road, with my picnic, and I see a black girl with a white man, you should see the look this black girl's giving. I'm not even watching that, you get me? Although I can see it, but that ain't my vibe. But she's looking at me like to say, a white man must be looking at me. But don't deal with me as a black Christian like that, because I'm not even into that, you get me?
I think, you know, in the learning and understanding, right? What people got to do is respect each other's feelings and their own vibes. You get me? And I don't know how to put it. You know, each to their own. Yeah, but each to their own, because at the end of the day, when they say that certain time comes, each is going to be standing up and judged by their own do, you know what I mean? But we have to instill a black strength and awareness within ourselves.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Right, and we have to instill that in our children, you get me? And when I come out of work, you know, I have to be with them all day, and when I come out of work, I want to be with my people and where I feel comfortable and instill a strength and all that proper. But if I'm with people that haven't got no inner strength or no consciousness, then I can't be with them either.
No, they're going to them people will pull you down as well.
That's right, you know what I mean?
They will pull you down, away from your race, away from everything.
So there's devils in all of our races, you know what I mean? But once we start the road to awareness, then we know once we're aware, then we can instill that into our kids, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree with that.
You know
and
what I mean?
I don't stop teaching my youth them anyway at the end of the day, because that's the future. And if you don't tell them nothing positive, they're just gonna grow up negative. And every day I send my youth to school, I screw because it ain't for them. Yeah, it ain't for them. And when they come home, I have to re-educate them in the best way I can. Yeah. I've tried to phone up several black schools or whatever. I get an answering machine at the end of the day. So it's just kind of hard still. But if I could teach my youth, I would take them out of the system, because it's just there to. When you just check yourself when you send your youth to school, when they're a youth, yeah, you send them. They got the most brains. Yeah, they know everything. They get into school. Right, my youth, when he started school, he was free. The teacher called me up to school and she said she's gonna have to put the youth back at 3 years old because he's too bright.
Yeah.
I told the woman some words what I can't even say over the phone.
Just to hold him back.
But but I said to her at the end of the day, you don't call me up to school for rubbish. If my youth's forward and you see he's forward, tell me that you're putting him in a stage higher, you get me?
Yeah.
She's telling me she's putting him back. So just trying the sister again, what won't stand for them things. I'm always in the school, questioning them and dealing with them, because I'm not having them dealing with my youth and getting in their brain, although they're in the system already, but I refuse to let them mash them down in my eyesight, because that's all what they're out for at the end of the day.
Okay, at the end of the day as well, another thing we have to instill within our youths is an awareness of, even though they're in this system, and what they get there, they got to have an awareness about themselves that the system isn't for them anyway, but they got to take from it what they can get. They have to take what they can get from it, but it's got to be understanding, you know, that it isn't really geared for them, you know what I mean? But it's a situation that we have to go through at this present time.
Yeah, I got one more thing to say.
Yes,
the people who are dealing with white woman and vice versa, a black woman to white man, all I'm saying at the end of the day, don't teach your half-breed youth one side of their life, don't teach them about the Caucasian side, teach them about their black history, and enough of them fail to do it. That's why the half-caste kids of today, they look at us even as black sisters, even if we are red skin or dark, they look down on us, and it's what their parents put in them as the white mum and what the black dad or mum refused to put in them. So they are totally mixed up, so you can't even look at them and even watch them, because they don't even know where they're going. But you get the odd few what knows, so I can't knock all of them, but at the end of the day, that's what they install in them, and it's not very much. Yeah?
Okay, sis. One love for that information there.
All right, then you keep it up. Callers up behind my back again, but I don't really do this. That's my opinion at the end of the day, and I'm entitled to my opinion.
All right, Sister J, One love. Yes, London Town, boy, now the sisters are waking up and they're letting us know how they're feeling about it. I wanted to say something on that as well, Sister J, as you was talking. You know, you get some white ladies, you know, that go out with a black man, and I heard what you said there, sis, from my point of view. You get some white ladies that's with a black partner, and when they look on you on street, they're looking on you like, oh, you understand, this is white ladies, you know, and they look on you away as a man. I think to myself, boy, you know, not because you're with a black partner, you understand, not all of us are down with that program. We're going to take this call anyway. Good afternoon, you're in tune to Genesis 91.6 FM. What's your name and from where are you calling, please?
Good afternoon, my name's Patricia.
Yes, Sister
and I'm
P.
from Brixton.
Okay.
And I'd just like to say, enough respect to Paul in Peckham.
Yes.
I thought what he had...
In Liverpool, that's you know, been there for quite a few hundred years.
Yeah, it's around. I know it's around, but it's not going to work. You know, because the children are growing up so confused.
Yes.
You know,
yeah.
I think like when there's like the white mother and the black guys, no way the children are going to know about black culture, because the black guys ain't around for them.
Okay, they just leave the mummy
to around to teach them the black culture.
Okay, so they end up having to learn themselves.
So they're just learning the white side of it. So how can they be cultured? You know, they grow up so confused. They look down on other black people because they don't associate themselves with black people. You know, and it's such a shame.
For real, I hear that, sis.
It's a shame. And like, I know there's black girls that are going with white men.
Yes.
Right? Because they believe that there's no black man out there. There is. There is. Because I've got one.
Yeah.
I've got one. I'm 34.
Oh, yeah, I could hear him in the background.
I waited a long time, but I know they're out there. The girls just hold on.
Yes.
Hold on. Because they are out there.
All right.
You don't have to dress. You don't have to dress.
Okay, I hear that, sis. And I hope all of the sisters out in the London town region are hearing that.
You don't have to just, man. And, you know, the children, I feel sorry for them.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of outcast girls my age group and older, and they don't know what's happening.
Yeah, they're a bit confused.
They don't know who they are,
Mm-hmm.
and they will never know.
You don't think that we can ever, you know, like, teach them or, you know, adopt them?
No, because they don't want to know, because from they grow up, from they're little, they've been taught that they're not black.
Yeah.
So how can they ever accept that?
Okay, I hear that.
They will never accept it. It will never work. You know what I mean? They're these people just growing up and just mixed and confused and lost.
Okay,
and
but I'm going to come in on that point there. You see, although a lot of them are mixed and confused, yeah, so a lot of them do search, they do research, they do kind of afterwards, they're looking for some more awareness, sometimes more so than actual black children that are actually grown as black children every day, because they take it for granted, you know what I mean? And the mixed children now, they've had the double struggle, so they're looking for something, and they research more and search into it than
but they're not looking into the black side of it. They're not looking into the black side. At the end of the day, they will not search the black side of it.
I can't agree with you there. They do, you know. I feel they do. I mean, a lot of them won't, and a lot of them do. And it's the same like with a lot of black children and a lot of black parents. They don't look inside. They don't look in their black culture. They think being black is black, but they don't look into it no further than that.
Yeah, but where's the fault in that? The fault is it's through us black people not teaching our children, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Because we're too busy struggling and fighting to survive in this country, right? And all we do is leave our children to watch TV or leave the responsibility on the schools. The schools ain't teaching us nothing.
Right.
The schools will never teach our children anything.
Mm-hmm.
TV is just there to disrupt and confuse us.
Yeah.
So us black people need to stop watching television, need to sit down and tell our children about where we're from, where we came from, right? We got into this system where we're pushing our black elders into homes and shit like that. Mm-hmm. That's right. Right? So all the stories are lost. That's right, man. Right?
Yeah.
All our heritage is lost because we don't listen to our old people for a start. Mm-hmm. So we're just getting all mixed up and dealing into this mix up everybody. Come, you know, breed up. So we're lost as well.
That's it. This is what we're getting around to now. We are lost as well. So if we're lost as a people, then how can we teach in anywhere else? So we've got to find ourselves as well.
Yeah, we've got to find ourselves. And having outcast children ain't going to help us. No way.
Mm.
No way. And like, you know, it's a shame.
It's a shame.
It's a shame. And like all these black girls who are going out with white guys, I'm sorry. You know, I don't think they're still out, but they're lost. They're lost. They're really lost. And, you know, they need to go back. They need to go back, you know, go take a break, go back to the West Indies, sit down and reflect, and see what they lost.
Okay, then.
And think about it before they do shit like this. Because in the mixed relationship, they have to lower themselves. They have to lower themselves. They can't think black because they're with a white person.
Yeah, I want to touch a point about going back to the West Indies. Yeah. Okay. The thing I find about the West Indies, whereas you know that you go out and you see that it's more black people over there, yeah?
Yeah.
But the educational system and everything over there is being geared up by the white person, basically. You know, it's their system over there anyway. You know what I mean? Yeah. But the only thing is because you every corner you look, you see another black face. You get me?
Yeah.
You're more entitled to be more inclined to be attracted to a black face. That's the only difference about being brought up into a more black country. There's more than that.
There's more than that because, all right, we've got the white people's books, yeah? But we still, black people over there still got the elder black generation who tell them the story and the life and always teaching them our ways. So, you know what I mean? The books are only there for a certain amount of hours. We've got the rest of the day to hear, live, see.
I went over there last December, right? And talking about the Americans trying to stop the food exporting from the West Indies, yeah? When I went over there, right, I found from a lot of the elders, right, that everything that was white was great. They're into the music to the max, right? The farms, they stopped farming. They're importing false milk and false stuff from America. They're buying the clothes and selling the clothes over there. I saw more of Americanized culture over there than I saw of a West Indian culture.
TV. TV. TV brought that to them. TV brainwashed them into thinking that this is the way.
Right.
Before we had TV and all this, you know, American influence and computers and all the rest of it, we lived a good life.
Right.
We lived a good life.
I was
right?
really shocked and surprised. I can honestly say I was disappointed.
Yes.
Disappointed.
Yeah, because you can see we're losing it.
Yeah, because I went up, that, like, as an elder, not an elder, well, as I'm over 30, was the first time that I went over Jamaica from being a child. And I was completely disappointed. I was completely, just to see the way they living, the culture, the lack of culture, the lack of culture.
Yeah, you're mixing. We mix with the outside influences. What do we get? Confusion. And all that stems from the technology that these people are bringing to our country, our lifestyle. We're mixing everything up. As someone said, the music, the food, everything's just becoming mixed up and we're all confused.
Even like the other day, there's a record now where the man them are talking about how the man them actually going on like women, are wearing women's blouses and waving their hair. You know what I mean? But in women's hairstyle. No, not even curly perm, actual women's waves now, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but nothing in the Western world is for us. Everything they give us, it's rubbish. And it's just to destroy us as black people. It's just to destroy us. So we are nothing at the end of the day. We become so watered down that we are nothing. We're completely lost. And we will be like history in the little part of the history book. There was once black people. That's what we become about if we continue to mix like this.
Okay, I'm going to thank you for your call.
Thank you for listening.
And can you large up your man in the background? Can we get to you?
Oh, yeah, you have to speak to my man. Hold on.
Yeah. Yes, sir. How you doing?
Yes, sir. Well, man, yeah, I'm alright, man.
Yes.
No respect to London Town, no respect to the Genesis crew. Because without you brothers and sisters on there, you know what I'm saying, we won't get across the message that we're in a war, we have to fight now and fight on all fronts, you understand?
Right.
Yeah, so I just, you know what I'm saying, big up to all the people out there, and big up to the sister who was just chatting, because it's about time the black woman was making a stand for the black man, you understand, and going out there and say what has to be said. Rather than people like Alice Walker and all these women, American feminism, trying to mash up the black man and put the black man down for the sport and pleasure of Caucasians, you understand what I'm saying?
Well, that's the way the system has put them. They've stopped with the colour and the difference in colour. They've now put it man and woman now, definitely, you know.
Yeah, we know, because let's not understand what is happening with this Illuminati business. What they want to do is they want all black people to mix and blend up and mash up ourselves with white people and every other race out there. So what happens is now when everybody's mixed up and blend up, you ain't got no more ties to no blood, hereditary, patriarchal or matriarchal system anymore. You all mix up, you all blend up, you're like some mutated creature that they just make with their little sperm bank and the little cloning business. So you ain't a person no more. So they want everybody to mix up. So Batman got blonde hair on his head, sister's got blue contacts like Eternal and all these little mad groups, and they put this white man image out there of Jesus to you. So what's happening now is that Illuminati, okay, let's take it to the next stage now, to the final stage. We need to wipe these niggas out. And once to wipe them out, we attack them for all fronts. And we get to them through the woman. And we mash up the woman and give the woman this little H-Reg mentality with your H-Reg car, your H-Reg mortgage, and you think you can get a little Volkswagen Golf that you made it now, and then at the same time you're at the beck and call of your white slave master, and in order to get ahead, and I'm saying that literally, you have to go down on your knees for your white master back in Western slavery. So now the Illuminati, let's take it to the next final stage now. And now this is what's happening on a world level now. Everybody's mixing and blending, and the white man, the real Caucasians in power, sitting back and laughing, taping this show, taping Madam was phoning in, and sister was phoning in and saying, yeah, the niggas gonna phone and chat rubbish, but they don't really know the real cool, because we want them all to mix up and blend up, and we get them splitters on the street, and get them their locks to sling on the street, and we have all the little informers running around, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Saying shit about man and whatever man is doing. So this is a level that we have to understand, and all we're going to be is when the black man and the black woman begin to love each other, respect each other, and be together, because you can't be in a boat and one of you paddling one way and the other person's paddling the other way. So we're going to go there, but in circles.
You know what we got to do? We've got to have a love and a respect and honour for each other, and then we're going to make the right move. Right, and have awareness of ourselves and who we are. Because if you check it now, right, the Labour Party, right, have got into power, right, and what are they going to do? They're going to give the Welsh back their power and the Scottish back their power. You see, so they're sorting out themselves. They're sorting out themselves, so we got to sort out ourselves, you know what I mean?
Speak, brother. But you know what I'm saying? You have to break on the sides to these people out there, because you said every other so-called minority, and we're a majority, so let's get that straight there. But every other little raggedy, no good, low-down crocodile is getting his power today. You understand? The Asian man is getting his power. You even got an Asian MP now, yeah? And we got these Toms supposed to be defending us and doing nothing for us. So what we're saying is that we have to understand, in order to get power, you have to come with an equal force of power to take power. We ain't letting no white man tell us we got to have power. We're taking that power, you understand? Because we're the most powerful beings on the planet. And he tried for 400, 500 years to destroy us. And we're still standing, looking him in the face and saying, yeah, you devil, you ain't going to be successful over us, you understand? He's tried and he can't do it. You understand my point? So we say we're going to be men and women in this day and time. We're going to take power. We're no longer going to beg you for nothing. You can't make me a man. I have to make myself a man. You can't tell me what to do with my woman. I'm going to do and take care and protect my woman. I ain't letting you do that, you monster, you devil, you blood-sucking barbarian beast. You know what I'm saying? Parasite. And this is what we have to understand with him. And that man is the enemy. And the only for us to fight our enemy, we got to know who he is. And we got to know what he's been doing to us for so long. And we all in the church, you know, it's when they say that we have to drink the blood of Christ and eat his flesh. They're giving us white bread, because they don't want us to know what colour he really is.
Yes.
Don't give them brown bread to them, because you're right, when it's his flesh, you're rocking it. But you see this smart little subtlety the man is dropping on us now. But we've got to make sure this plastic card business, this visa business, the fact that we can't bring our bread when they're fishing back from Jamaica or Africa no more, the fact that the CIA now going there and make cool in Africa now, and making that tongue over there, calling Africa the Congo now.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
You see all these little games they're playing on we now, all these little mad little games now to confuse and diffuse us and mess us up and make the sisters think that the black man ain't got no power today, make the sisters think that the white man is the answer. It ain't the answer. We've been race mixing for 500 years with this devil, you understand?
Yeah.
And we ain't got nothing but misery, nothing but oppression, and nothing but death. That's why they took Bob Marley. I love Bob, don't get me wrong. Bob was, I respect Bob to the max. But we know why they put Bob over Peter Tosh and Bunny Wailer.
Yeah.
Because the man from Island Records said it himself.
He was more acceptable.
He was more acceptable to the white masses and the media.
Yes.
So they took him because he was mixed race. And it's for the seed that you can determine the characteristic of an individual. The white man knows that. You understand? So they play these little white games on us all the time. You just look at these little magazines like Ebony or whatever they call themselves. And they also have like a light-skinned sister with a really black brother. Even if you see Eddie Murphy in Metro now, always Metro going underground, you understand? Black people always have to be underground still. But the level is, you get some mixed race girl from England to be playing a part where a black girl should be playing.
For real. Okay, Bridget. That is a very passionate input. And I know that the whole of London town heard.
You understand?
Yeah, Bridget.
I'm just telling you know that this black man like you, brothers, this black man out there, sister, there is black man out there who love you, will respect you, will die for you, understand? And we ain't playing no more game with these people, you understand? We will take heads if we have to, you understand?
Yeah.
So and that's what my sister there chatting, she's my woman, you understand? And as my woman, you understand, she knows what the situation is. So I'm saying that that's a powerful sister out there, and there's powerful sisters. So don't abandon ship, sister. Don't jump overboard and you end up with no lifeboat to protect you, understand? Because you can't come back on that ship again because we just can't let you. And I'm saying this lastly that we got to get to a level where sisters of you and brothers will go with the enemy. You are a traitor to your race, sister, whether you like it or not. You are a traitor. And just as people have a whole war crime and business like that, you should be held to account for what you're doing. Justify it in our eyes while you're with this Caucasian or any other race of people. If you can't justify it, then you can't get the benefits of what we have. Just as when the Labour MP, the Irishman said we don't want no seat in Parliament, the white man said we're putting them with our privileges then. You want paying seconds to the Queen, Bernie Gunston, eh?
Okay.
On his knee and pay his respect to the Queen.
All right.
I don't want to do it as Irishman.
All right.
So they pull away the man with certain things. So we got to be like that. If you go with somebody outside your race, you lose your sistership membership and your brother membership.
Okay, Bridget. Boy, give the most respect for that, for them info, all right? And big up your Queen as well, you hear?
Thanks, man. Yes, man, for real.
One love.
Out there, yeah?
Yeah, Bridget. Take care. Boy, sorry about that. You got a cut just at the last there, Bridget. Well, London Town time is running us down fast. And remember, 0958504-906. We're going to big up all of our callers that's called in. Just after we take this call here.
Taking this call, man. They're withholding number.
Oh, is it? Yeah, man. Good afternoon, Anonymous.
Rastafari.
One love.
Yeah, Rasta Youth out to the Rasta Root Show.
Yes, Bridging.
Yeah, I want to let them know, you know, it's not every man walking around with locks is Rasta.
Not every man walking around with locks is Rasta.
You better know that.
Okay. Well, why'd you say, why say that, Bridging?
Because it is a fact, it is true. If you ever got set up on the road and ask them
yes.
what them really are doing,
yes.
you will find out say it's probably all a meal ticket they're running down, you get me?
Okay.
They have no spiritual depth, no spiritualness in them, nothing to do with Africa, nothing to do with them God, them King, Haile Selassie the First.
Yes.
Them just walking around with a bag of locks on them head, not saying one, see? And the man them from the Genesis supposed to know this. It's not every man with locks is Rasta.
And at the same time, Bridging, you know, there's a whole heap of women, black and white, especially white though, who, you know, for them to get a dreadlocks, man, to them that's a trophy on the wall. They love that.
Of course, it's like the old little bob in their bed. You get me, sir?
Yeah.
It's like the old little bob in their bed, see? And so it's not every man with locks, the man that mustn't have it as every man with locks is Rasta. It doesn't go like that. The man them have it off wrong. Can't just come judge the book and buy the cover and just deal with it like that. But you inquire and ask the man what am I dealing with.
Okay.
If he's Rasta, if he's not every man with locks is Rasta. I want to know London know that.
Okay, so Bridget, tell me something now. 12 tribes of Israel promoted this mixed race thing for about maybe the last, well, from since their inception or their conception. They promoted this mixed race thing, you know. Now that is, a lot of people believe that is a Rasta organization.
Yeah, you will have to ask the man to the 12 tribes of Israel to come and defend that point.
Okay.
I defend Rasta International more than just Rasta with David Whiteman, because we know so Rasta is a black thing.
Yes.
Saying Rasta is an African thing. I dealing with I heritage, I past, I future, I present.
Yes.
Rasta is a progressive thing. Rasta is not no little thing to be had in no low regard. Rasta is the man for the earth. The Rasta is the man. The Rasta is the foundation of enough black struggle. Because even Farrakhan's father was a Jamaican. His relations was Jamaican.
Yes.
Coming from Garvey Heights. The man that come from out of the rock, from the foundation. See?
Okay.
That's why I make the point that not every man with locks is Rasta. You have some man with locks is Solomon.
Yes.
Remember that?
Yes.
Okay?
All right, Bridget.
Another point I'd like to make, okay? Someone called up a little while about Whoopi Goldberg.
Yes.
A few years ago, she was going out with this white guy out of Cheers called Ted Danson.
That's right.
Okay? He stood up in some award ceremony and telling the people how Whoopi Goldberg's front is this size and this size. I wonder if anybody else can verify that. Ted Danson and Whoopi Goldberg was going together for a time.
Yes.
And when the man finished the relationship with Whoopi Goldberg, he sat up in the award ceremony and telling the people how our front is this size and all these things.
Okay.
The man said no, so if she said she's not no black, well, it's probably true. Because she was with that white guy, she was with a Caucasian not too long ago. When the relationship done,
yeah.
Standing up front of the whole America, black America, and white America in our war telling the people how our front is this and our front is that.
Yes.
Okay. Another point too. Yeah, it's true. Chris Whitewell, Bob was the acceptable face of certain things. But he never take the message what Bob was bringing was still Haile Selassie the First of the Almighty. The whole world to know that.
Yes.
And then you see when Whitewell said yes, Bob is the one who wants to front the thing, he checks a Bob with a watch down in talk.
But Bridging.
No talk.
Bridging.
Bob still let the people them know that Haile Selassie is the Almighty, not just for certain people, for all of the people of the earth. Okay.
Okay, but Bridging, answer something for me. Didn't Bob have a relationship with that white girl and this is another point. Jamaica put up a white girl in the world this Miss Beauty thing. What was her name? Cindy something or something? Yeah?
She wasn't totally white though, you know?
Yeah.
She was not totally white.
Sorry?
She was not totally white.
She wasn't totally white?
No. She was probably the half-caste too. She was not a total white woman.
Well, she looked white on the television.
Yeah, when you go to the TV, I always distort the facts, you get me?
Okay.
All right then.
All right, Bridget.
Can I make a few more points, all right? When Botha was in power in South Africa.
Yes.
Yes, he had a squad called the Sex Squad.
The Sex Squad.
Yes. Any upwardly mobile black man who looked like he's going places, they would send a sexy-looking white girl, blonde and blue eyes,
and take them out.
Like the team.
Yeah.
To take her out.
Yeah.
And you have Lady Henry in England now, Frank Bruno, Paul Ince, enough of them black sportsmen that have them white woman.
Yep.
See?
Yep.
And all the system is trying to tell you, sir, is that if anything was happening in the future and any divorce and any breakup, a lot of the money would be left in the white community.
For real, Richard.
Because them man, they earn some big dollars, and they don't mind if anything happens. If we will come to themselves and decide to want the woman again, he's going to get enough of the finance.
For real, I hear that.
So that is thinking behind that too.
Okay.
And also about the mixed relationship.
Yes.
The white women them can only grow up the children and how they've been grown up, man. They can't grow up with no black culture too tough.
Yeah, because they don't know it.
They don't know it. That's all they can only keep, and you see many of the women them on the road with them half-cast picking and them out, you want to come wrinkle them out and bend and scoop on black man.
Yes.
And them have some black man youth.
Yeah.
And if the truth was to be told, they don't even really like black people, but something happened, a little relationship they got together.
For real.
And the youth is the manufacturing of the relationship. But they don't really like black people to them heart. I'm telling you, and that is all of the points that we want to go through.
Okay, Bridget.
Not every man with locks is Rasta.
Yes. All right, well, I'm going to repeat that again, but thanks very much for your input, Bridget.
Let them praise you.
See? One love.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, London Town, you heard it there. We had one of our Bridgings, one of the Genesis DJs from the Rasta Root show, and he's saying that one thing we should all remember is not every man that has dreadlocks is a Rasta, because Rasta is about black, it's about Africa, it's about bigging up us as a black nation, as a black people. He also said there are many organizations that their roots, the strength that they have, the conviction that they have now is coming through Rasta, because Rasta was talking about us long time ago. Anyway, London Town, we got the Senator B in the house, and boy, he's just ready and ting to come and give you the musical vibes. We're going to make Daddy Coolie talk to you for a minute before we go, and just, you know, we'll go from there. See?
Okay, you give me 1 minute. Was it 1 minute I got, Commissioner? Listen, right, next week, bank holiday, enough black things are going on for the black item all around the country, okay? All around the country. It's African Liberation Day, okay? African Liberation is not a charity, okay? And it's all over the place. It's at there's one at there's a march on the Saturday the 24th, and that's the assembly point is Max Roach Park opposite Rosary Catholic Church, Brixton. March to Rally Trafalgar Square, and it says bring your drums and your banners and in celebration of the resistance, right? You got African Liberation Day at the Lambeth Town Hall, and that's Acre Lane, Brixton. Donations £2, and that's on Monday the 26th. You got Black Awareness Day down there at Moonshot Community Centre. Admission is free for that, and that's Genesis, and we're going to be having talks on economics, education, and black on black violence. Now, if you are a black business or a black organisation and you want a stall for that event, make sure you contact either the Commissioner, OG Briggy, Sister Sakuti, Daddy Coolie. If you want to have a stall there and there, you want to exhibit your wares, make sure you contact one of us, okay? That's it, basically, London Town. Remember, be black, be proud. You're strong people, okay? Peace out of here. We're gone. Senator B, I'll come up next.
God squad, God squad, God squad, God squad, God squad. Let them violate themselves. Isn't that something?